treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball, so I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me, so I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching
Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Our football team haven't won a sectional title in 32 years.
There's no team better than us, and we just do our job.
Nobody really want to lose no more.
All you want is greatness. You want me 1, 2, 3?
This is a game that's been on my calendar all year.
We gonna need fan discipline.
We a whole different Northside team.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Tool Shed, strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in Indiana High School football fans. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live from Steel Stadium, home of the Mishawaka Cavemen, as this is the regional final as they play host to Fort Wayne's own, the Snyder Panthers. This is SummitCitySports.com. Hunter Sosenheimer on the camera. I am Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play, and the one and only Jeff Mahoney rocking the color here in the booth. Jeff's going to be an outstanding matchup here tonight. Of course, Snyder, the clear favorite in every prognosticator's eyes. This point spread will tell you that from John Harrell as well. Looking at Mishawaka, of course, Jeff, the running squad, only 400 yards passing on the season, but that running is very, very dynamic with the trio out there.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Tim. And I do love their quarterback, Brady Fisher, just a junior at 6'3", 190 pounds. His brother, Justin Fisher, he was first-team All-Conference last year. He's now a tight end at Notre Dame. And, listening to Coach Kinder talk about this squad and some of the preseason previews and later on throughout the year, they say Brady is a chip off the old block. He's just like his brother. He is an absolute gamer. And this team has been a bunch of gamers. It started off with Bart Curtis, and then when Kinder took over, in his 5th year at the school, he's got 3 sectional championships and a regional title. Tim, you'll remember that year he won the regional in 2018 because you were doing the game the night after when they took on Bishop Dwenger here at Steel Stadium. Right. So Coach Kinder's done a great job with this team. They compete in the Northern Lakes Conference. This year it was Northwood. Northwood's got a really, really good team. Unfortunately, they had some players get suspended. They ended up losing for a sectional championship. I know they're pretty disappointed over there at Northwood, but still an outstanding regular season. Great group of kids. And, yeah, you're right, Tim. The fullback, the 2 halfbacks are going to run the triple option here. They like to run it in between the tackles. But, shoot, last week it was a big play from Fisher to Ethan Bryce to start off the game. A 53-yard reception had everybody at Concord turning their heads like, whoa, what's going on here? Right. So 2 plays later, Fisher runs it in from 29 yards out. These guys are opportunistic, but in this game right here, they're going to want to hold on to the football, keep that Snyder offense off the field and just grind it out. But as you and I both know, Tim, this is one of the better Snyder defenses we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, Snyder defense is absolutely tremendous. No question about it. Under head coach Kurt Tippmann in his 14th year at Snyder High School, all they do was put up winning seasons year after year under head coach Kurt Tippmann. 136 wins, over 35 losses in his 14 years. I mean, just tremendous there for head coach Kurt Tippmann. But, yeah, Jeff, when you look at that defense up front at all three levels, you have some outstanding playmakers from the senior level all the way to the back line and the sophomore level, and one of the most underrated safeties, and I know you love him, and Brandon Logan.
Absolutely love Brandon Logan, and Brandon Logan's going to be a real problem for Mishawaka tonight. You know, for the first time in a while, they're not going to have to play cover two. They're going to be able to stick Levi Overholzer, and they're going to be able to keep him deep, maybe Austin Ganaway, and they're going to be able to cheat Logan more into the box, okay? Help with that run support. And Brandon Logan can bring the wood.
Absolutely.
Just a sophomore, you know he's a ball hawk.
Right.
Enters today, does Logan, with 4 interceptions. Had that big interception for a touchdown against Bishop Dwenger. You saw that play right there.
About 60 yards to the house.
60 yards, unbelievable. Logan with 70 tackles on the season. That's second best for Snyder, of course, behind Lucas Rohrbacher. Rohrbacher just a junior. Logan a sophomore. You know, Rohrbacher, I got to talk to Jabbar, who got to watch last week's game with Brett Rohrbacher, his dad. You remember Brett from our old Little League days.
Absolutely.
An outstanding athlete from a great athletic family. But Lucas is big into Olympic powerlifting. So he's an absolute plug there in the middle of that defense. Zion Green, arguably one of the hardest hitters in the Summit Athletic Conference. I would argue the 260 Northern Indiana. And then you have Nick Talamontes on the other end at the weak side backer, and they like to blitz Nick a lot, and he does a good job being disruptive in the backfield. So the Snyder defense is known for being rangy. They can hawk running backs down sideline to sideline. I think this game's going to be more in between the tackles, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. We saw that last week when Northside was going for it on 4th down. They handed off to Jonte Lambert, and it was Navion Warren that split the 2 offensive tackles, stuffed them for a 2-yard loss, came up large. In those situations, they like to blitz the backers. And, Tim, this is going to be a fun game tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be an outstanding matchup to see. 2 contrasting styles, no question about it. Mishawaka right here from Mishawaka, Indiana. And, of course, the Snyder Panthers out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, home of SummitCitySports.com. So this is what we have here in Class 5A, Jeff. Of course, 6A with Carroll traveling to play Lafayette. Jeff, an outstanding opportunity in 6A for a Fort Wayne club to get a win, to move on to semi-state, where if they win, they will host, I believe, next week, 50-50 it might be. But, now that I'm thinking about it, it may be 100%. But this is a great opportunity for Coach Dinan and the Carroll Chargers to move on in 6A.
Yeah, best opportunity I think we've ever had for a 6A squad to win a semi-state and maybe get down to state. Would be a great thing for the Carroll community. They're absolute studs. Ashton Pasetsky, who was not named first team all-conference but did have 14 tackles last week in that win against Warsaw.
Tremendous.
Jimmy Sullivan, I feel like, last week he had 24 attempts, but I feel like they're kind of holding him back a little bit. He's waiting for that breakout game, maybe 3 or 4 touchdowns. But ultimately, you're giving the ball to Braden Steele 8 to 10 times a game. He is a truck. Yeah. Just a junior as well. What a great junior class we have in Fort Wayne, Tim. Yeah. But I think that is the recipe for success. Starks had a huge game last week for him, ran for about 187 yards. So I do believe they're going to head to Lafayette, Jeff, and beat the Bronchos. But hats off to Lafayette, Jeff, going up and getting the upset win against Crown Point. That was huge.
That was big time. That was big time. Undefeated Crown Point and an absolute powerhouse in the state of Indiana. Of course, we have 5A right here. We brushed on this contest, but before we get to the rest of the classes and a couple other local flavors, let's pause here for our national anthem. There you have it. Outstanding rendition there from the Mishawaka marching band. Great job down here at the 50-yard line by them. But, Jeff, let's get back to it here as we go down to 4As. We touched on 6 and 5A. 4A, of course, the local flavor is the Columbia City Eagles. What a win last week against Leo. I was on the call out there with Jake Smith, and what a outstanding job blocking that field goal as time expired to send it in overtime. Then they won it basically on the back of Stratton Fuller.
Yeah, Stratton Fuller's a real difference maker, and I think he's going to be the difference maker for them tonight. I love Colton Piper, their quarterback. They're a senior-laden team, and they play like it. Josh Arntz has been huge for him, led the team in carries this week, and he's their star middle linebacker.
It does everything.
Indianapolis Colts did a story on him, which is just so special.
Right.
Ethan Severs. Severs is a game breaker and gets. They get Getz in space. He's so shifty. So I like their passing game to be the difference in this battle against Kokomo, two run-heavy teams.
Yeah, Kokomo top 10. They have been pretty much all year long, and Columbia City getting that host game tonight, which is absolutely a huge advantage there in Whitley County. Columbia City absolutely brings an outstanding environment.
They bring the best environment. When they built that brand new school out there, I think it was 2 years ago, they opened up. Actually, they said they built it too small because everybody wanted to go to Columbia City, but Coach Fox took advantage, and they're just doing an outstanding job.
Of course, the real upset was last week with Norwell in Class 3A being beat by Yorktown. So Yorktown and Indy Chittard, no real local flavor in Class 3A. So we'll move to 2A, where the Bishop Lures Knights in Class 2A playing host to the outstanding story of the Bluffton Tigers.
Yeah, I love Cruz. I love the Bluffton Tigers. Coach Kunkel's doing a great job over there. They have 3 regular season wins, and they come in the playoff and do what they do. The ACC, or the ACAC, excuse me, tough conference right there. I mean, Adams Central and South Adams to do it year in, year out, and Heritage with Coach Casey Kolkman really building up that program. So Bluffton's battle-tested, but I don't know, man. Bishop Lures, you got Nick Thompson. I think he's ranked number 22 in the state.
He's awesome.
Everybody forgets about Jackson McCullough. They don't over here at Snyder.
Right.
But a lot of people have been sleeping on Jackson McCullough. He's a real difference maker in their defensive backfield. Charlie Stansky, and really what Kyle Lindsey's able to do with his quarterbacks year in, year out. I really like Lures to win that one. I really like to see him back at Lucas Oil.
Yeah, they definitely have the run to Lucas Oil down there in Indy, and then finish it off there in Class 1A. Of course, Adams Central, as you touched on a little bit in that conference play, they'll play host to Carroll from Flora.
Yeah, straight beast mode over there at Adams Central. They're getting it done on all sides of the ball. Keegan Bloom really leads that team, and man, they have just been so dominant all year. They had a close game against Eastside early on this season. Outside of that, every win has been by over 30 points.
Yeah, it's been a tremendous year once again from Adams Central as they just continue to absolute roll here in this outstanding Indiana high school football. Well, this broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. And, of course, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified of all of our live events as they happen. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral needed, saving you time and money. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfectant services throughout Northeast Indiana. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you? Whether it's expunging your criminal record or getting your driver's license reinstated, Jolly Law Firm is your answer. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioners, dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business, a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. At Ottenwiller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind through the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwillerContracting.com. Top Seal Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Kelly Automotive, celebrating their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their brands at drivekelly.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at the Big Eyed Fish. So there we have it. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live from Steel Stadium. Crowd still filing in here. 7:30 start time with the travel, Jeff, which I don't think it plays a whole big part in either one of these clubs, as both these squads are absolutely raring to go, both at 10 and 1, so something's going to give.
Yeah, and if anything, if you think about the later start time, sometimes it's harder on the home team because, they didn't have the drive. They've been kind of sitting there outside of the locker room just itching, ready to go, because there's nothing more exciting than when it gets cold and it's November and you're in the regionals, you're still playing ball. And I'll tell you what, this Mishawaka team, they're a team that's built for this kind of weather, Tim. They got 15 seniors that are starting right now. Their offensive line is all seniors, led by Tanner Parmley. Parmley was first team all-conference last year, wears number 74, goes 6'1", 280 pounds. I really like Dawson Nowicki. He was honorable mention last year, 6'3", 300 pounds. Their offensive line as a whole averages 246 a man. Nowicki, also a defensive end for the Cavemen. They got Peyton Jones at nose tackle and Orozco at the other defensive end. He's 6'4", 250. So their two defensive ends are absolutely massive. Now, what's Snyder going to do to combat that?
Right.
Dialcapone Veazey, we believe, is probably the best fullback in the state and only a sophomore. Langston Level's an absolute beast for this team. It seems like he's really starting to get healthy. Level last week led Snyder in rushing yards, had 172 yards with a touchdown on just 23 carries. So they're going to feed their senior, and they did it last week, and he really came up big for him. And, of course, Kamari Juarez, the leading wide receiver.
What a play to end that game.
Oh, my goodness. That big catch over Tay Johnson, the number 3 ranked player in the class of 2024 in the state of Indiana. But Juarez, 103 yards reception in the touchdown. He had a punt return over 40 yards and a kickoff return of 38 yards. So really was a spark that the Panthers needed last week.
Right.
Once again, I think it's all about this Snyder defense. It has been all year. And I can't wait to see what they do against this triple option. I think they're going to bring the house. I think you're going to see a lot of blitzing from Talamontes, Rohrbacher in the middle, Zion Green. Then maybe you just have, and here comes the Panthers right now, Brandon Logan going sideline to sideline. That's Luke Hopper with the American flag. Zion Green holding the Snyder. What a beautiful thing, the black flag with the yellow S on it, Tim. Iconic uniforms the Panthers have.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. They're known statewide and countrywide as well. This is a notable program in the Snyder Panthers, all the way back to the legend and Russ Isaacs, one of the best to ever do it. Looking at both these squads as they both are getting ready to take the field, as Snyder did. Now we're waiting for the Cavemen. But looking at that sectional final for Mishawaka, as they defeated South Bend Adams in that matchup to move on. That was sectional semifinals, then go into finals to defeat Concord with just a nice little short drive away from here, a little bit south, and then moving in here to regionals to take on Snyder. Snyder, of course, in 5A, started it with an absolute drubbing of Dwenger in their arch rival in the sectional semifinal. Then defeated, you had the game last week against Northside, and the comeback win against the Legends to move here to take on the Mishawaka Cavemen. As the Cavemen take the field right there, you can hear their crowd. We're sitting right atop the Mishawaka stands, and look how hyped they are. Ready to go right
awesome.
to the student section right here. Hunter Sosenheimer getting a good look at it on the camera right there. But, Jeff, there's no denying it. Number 1 in Class 5A is Snyder. Yeah. Number 7 in Class 5A is Mishawaka. But the Sager ratings and the percentages of winning this ball game is heavy favorite of Snyder.
Yeah, it sure is. A lot of people have Snyder winning this game by 30 points. Wow. Snyder does have 4 shutouts on the season, Tim. Yep. They shut out Concordia 42-0, Southside 42-0, Northrop 48-0, and then Dwenger 28-0. I mean, that was huge right there. That was the first time they had shut out Dwenger in, I believe, 10 years. So, really battle-tested against Northside last week. Jonte Lambert still got their yards, but they held the Legends to just 21 points. Huge shout-out to Coach Ben Johnson and Northside, what they were able to do. And
great season.
Absolutely, Tim. And, looking at Mishawaka, boy, they played Concord the first time around and won it 15-11. Then to travel back to Concord and win it 38-17. That just kind of shows you where the Cavemen are right now. They are peaking this time of the year.
Yeah, averaging over 30 points a contest, and that is with running the ball solo here in this outstanding 2022 season for the Cavemen. So you see both sides and the captains take the field for the coin.
Yeah, Brady Fisher, 20 of 43 passing, 408 yards on the season, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He has a QB rating of 132 and a completion percentage of 47%.
Wow, outstanding. And both these clubs, the winner will take on the winner as they're at the bottom of the bracket here on the left side of the bracket. Maryville and Valparaiso is up there up top. So if Snyder wins and Maryville wins, Snyder heads to Maryville. If Snyder wins and Valpo wins, Valpo comes to Fort Wayne. If Mishawaka wins and Maryville wins, they go to Maryville. And if Valparaiso and Mishawaka both win, it is right here at Steele Stadium.
Wow, Tim, how about that? Mishawaka wins the toss and elects to receive. So they want to get the ball in their offense's hands, and what they want to do is eat up a lot of clock here on this first drive and come out with 6 points. And, Tim, one thing that the Cavemen do like to do, they like to go for 2 points.
Yeah, I mean, with that outstanding running attack, they think they can get 2.5, 3 yards on every single carry. So why not have that as your game plan? Don't mind that one bit. There for head coach Keith Kinder.
Yeah, and looking at Brady Fisher, once again, the junior quarterback, he averages 137.9 yards a game of total offense. So that just kind of shows you how important number 12 is to the Cavemen.
So here we go. It is game time here in Mishawaka, Indiana. The Caveman hosting the Panthers of Snyder High School from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Right here live on SummitCitySports.com. Take a look back deep.
It's like Chaz Hardy, number 9, Tim.
That is Chaz Hardy, number 9, back deep. And a kick, of course, is Nick Talamontes.
Talamontes with a strong leg there for the Panthers. Has hit 44 of 51 PATs on the season, but did miss 2 last week, Tim.
So here we go. It is on. This is Indiana High School football. We do play 4 12-minute quarters. That one is going to stay in bounds, takes a nice little hop, and does not roll into the end zone. What a break for Snyder. And they're going to be down inside the 10-yard line, about the 6-7-yard line. How about that start?
Yeah, Tim, and if you look at that Chaz Hardy, if he would have let that thing go, it would have rolled into the end zone. Crazy kick right there as it just popped straight up in the air around the 4-yard line, dropped again, and yeah, check this out here on the Traction AP replay. Picked it up, and it looked like there was enough momentum to take it into the end zone. That's tough right there for Chaz, though.
Yeah, that's a tough play. You definitely don't want to give an opportunity to the Panthers to start this ball game on a turnover. Oh, let's get to the live action here. First play of scrimmage, hand it right up the middle. And that's going to be a minimal gain, about a 3-4 yard gain right up the middle.
Yeah, and that's their big fullback. Chase Gooden leads the team with 745 yards rushing on the season. Averages 7 yards a carry with 7 touchdowns. Tim, he's rushing for 74.5 yards per game.
Yeah, that's not bad, Jeff. My goodness. So here we go. Over the left side, tackle there at the 15. Nice little push to the 16-yard line. And that's going to be near a first down marker, about a yard short. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Cavemen.
Yeah, you saw Rohrbacher and Brandon Logan converge on that tackles, and you're going to see that a lot in this game. A lot of gang tackling for the Panthers.
Big 3rd down play to open this ball game. The reason Cavemen want to get this ball is that, number one, as Jeff said, choose some clock. If you go 3 and out, that's what a little dip down by the outstanding fullback at number 44, Chase Gooden.
Yeah, and if you're Levi Overholzer right there, arm tackles aren't going to cut it against a big fullback like Chase Gooden going 5'9", 195 pounds. Tim, he looks heavier than that.
Yeah, he is absolutely huge. And look at the blocking and the hole on that. Hunter Sosenheimer could have ran through that one.
Big, good offensive line here for Mishawaka, no doubt.
So here we go. We're at the 23, 24-yard line for Mishawaka. Another hand to Gooden. Gooden looking like Mike Allstott out there. We saw that a little bit with Getz last week for Columbia City. A little bit bigger version here for Mishawaka.
Yeah, Brandon Logan again coming up to make the tackle. But if you're Snyder, you want to hit these guys in the backfield. We'll see if they start bringing some more blitz pressure.
2nd down as they do cut the chains in half. We're going to go 1 plus than that in 2nd and 4 as the Cavemen check the wristband. 1 wide receiver set to the near side. Foley. Gooden behind of Snyder. Fisher in the backfield. They're going to hand to Gooden once again, and this is going to be a heavy dose and a shoestring tackle by Logan. That may have been a touchdown right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good job by Logan. Darting to his right there to make that shoestring tackle. But I'll tell you what, Mishawaka is owning the line of scrimmage right now. Take a look at it here on the Traction AP replay. The big fullback bursting through the line of scrimmage. 6 yards downfield and a 1st down.
Yeah, that is outstanding blocking at the point of contact right now for Mishawaka as they continue to roll. They're going to bunch up 2 wide receivers here near side. Man in motion. They're going to flip it out to him. This is where Snyder's really good, and what a hit. They are coming. That's going to be about a 2.5-yard gain. Let's call it 3, 2nd and 7 for Mishawaka.
Yeah, now is Demarius Stevens coming up, number 16. He's had a heck of a season, been quiet for Snyder. Does have a safety on the year. 20 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and an interception for the senior Demarius Stevens.
So the Cavemen, a little wrinkle there as they've been going full dives to Gooden. That one, the little flip out. Now Fisher back under center. Hands Gooden. And it's going to be, you see it right now, Jeff, the 2nd and 3rd levels of this defense is going to have to come up and hit as we have a late flag.
Yeah, and you saw Zion come up on that one, and obviously he has contained responsibility, so he can't just go and shoot those gaps. Overholzer doing a great job right there, but I'm telling you, this offensive line, outstanding, keeping the defensive line from getting back in the backfield.
Yeah, they're doing an outstanding job, as you mentioned. This is Mishawaka, another 3rd and short. This one 3rd and 3 for the Cavemen.
Yeah, when you look at Navion Warren and Will Kelso, the 2 defensive tackles, they go 230 and 220 respectively for the Panthers.
Good in, hit at the line of scrimmage, got through it and over the 50-yard line. Mishawaka absolutely moving it right now.
Yeah, good tackle by Jason Pierre-Louis, but once again, another 1st down as they are grinding out this clock, exactly what they wanted to do.
Yeah, perfect plan is being executed right now for the Cavemen as you take a look at it, Jeff, once again. So hard to tackle on that first one. You've got to come with 1 or 2.
Yeah, and a lot has been made of Snyder being light on the defensive line. When you look at Malone and Warren, once again, 230, 220. Max Malone at 215. And, wow, Amarion Moore is back, but he goes 180.
Same formation, wide receiver to the far side. They're going to fake the flip, and the blocking has been tremendous once again. Look at the holes out there.
Yeah, and if you're Snyder, I mean, you absolutely need to get a player in every single gap. Going head up, I don't think is going to cut it right now against this squad, man. They are creating some huge holes.
Second and 2. Call it 3 for Mishawaka. We cannot see the clock from where we're sitting.
Yeah, kind of tough from the second row here, Tim, no doubt.
Bear with us on that. He's going to keep it. Does Fisher.
Wow.
Telling you what, you haven't seen Snyder having this much trouble tackling anyone all season.
And that's Brady Fisher right there. Beautiful spin move on the point of contact. Picked him up about 2 extra yards. You can see Brady Fisher's definitely got that it factor, Tim.
Yep.
He's really running this offense efficiently.
Yeah, he has been tremendous and got his first call to himself. 6 minutes left here in the first. So about halfway through now of this first quarter. Still moving is Mishawaka. Gooden bounces it wide. There's coming up to help, but another 2 yards after that first initial touch by number 16 Stevens.
I'm not sure what happened there for Demarius Stevens. You'd like to see him not launch, not leave his feet, come up, make contact on the body, wrap up, and drive. You know, Tim, when you got a guy grinding it out the way Chase Gooden is, you want to get a body to him, hold him up, and let your fellas come in and gang tackle, try to rip that ball out.
Right. Second down and about 7 for the Cavemen. Fisher under center, Gooden. That's the man in motion once again to Smith. Hand to Gooden over that right tackle. Is stuck and tackled near that 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 26. And they'll bring up third and extremely short. Once again, was this the third or fourth third down play here for the Cavemen in their first drive?
Yeah, Gooden's been absolutely outstanding. What's he got, 10 carries already on this drive? He's not even getting touched until 3 yards down the field. You really just got to shoot those gaps. With Snyder and the wide receivers for Mishawaka, you can go man on man. Keydrell Billingsley's not going to get burnt in this game.
5 minutes left in this first quarter. They're going to fake it and go to Gooden. Gooden tackled near that 20-yard line. And that will be another first down pickup for Gooden and company.
I'll tell you what, did Coach Kinder and the Cavemen have a bunch of whiteboard material going into this game? I mean, everybody's telling them Snyder's going to roll in this one, and right now it's the Cavemen rolling. Actually, they're rolling their way towards the end zone at the 22-yard line.
Right. And Gooden has been the focal point of this drive for Mishawaka and head coach Keith Kinder, as they're absolutely rolling right down the field here. 1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. Make it 21. Excuse me, Jeff. The pitch near side. He's got space. Cut it back against the grain. Finally helped out by number 44 for Snyder and Landon Fry.
Yeah, Landon Fry, the sophomore, Tim. You love Landon Fry, another good baseball player.
Outstanding baseball player, him and Logan.
Yeah, when you're talking about Logan, you're talking about one of the best center fielders in the country.
Absolutely, in the sophomore class, played for that top 3 ranked Midwest Canes club on the baseball side in AAU. Here we go again. Fisher under center.
So Zion Green out of the game. Excuse me, Tim.
That's what they need. It can't get the tackle. Good Talamontes.
But that time you like what you've seen from Talamontes. He got that hit in the backfield. Next time, just kind of wrap up. But it's obvious that with Chase Gooden, it's going to take a little bit more than – well, you can't leave your feet. We'll just say that.
Number one, you got to come full and on balance against Gooden, as he has been absolutely tremendous starting this ball game. Ball spotted at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal for Mishawaka. They're going to hand to Gooden. Gooden over that left guard, takes it down to the 1-yard line, just a yard shy of the first down of the goal line. Will bring up 2nd and goal.
Wow, Tim, I'm just kind of floored right now. The way this Snyder defense is just catching Gooden 2-3 yards downfield, and obviously his momentum is going to take him for another 2 or 3.
3 minutes left in this first quarter, so chewing up 9 minutes of clock on their opening drive, Jeff. This is exactly what they planned.
No doubt about it, Tim. And a huge, huge gap right there. As there you go, Navion Warren, they're going to squeeze it down, does the defensive line.
Gooden, he's going to waltz into the end zone. What an opening drive for the Mishawaka Cavemen. They're on the board with 6.
Yeah, Tim, I mean, I think we've seen from the Snyder defense that your linebacker is playing 4 yards off. You know, that's normal procedure for the defense. And this has been all drive long, but they just can't do it. They got to get everybody at the line of a scrimmage. It's got to be helmet for a helmet. Because we've seen from this offense, they're a bunch formation the whole way down. They didn't have anybody split out wide.
Lucas Larson. And would they get Snyder to jump? That's going to be half the distance to the goal line, and this is where they'll go for 2. Jeff, you talked about it in the pregame. They love these 2-point conversions.
Yeah, and Larson can kick it. He's got 25 PATs made on the season, but, man, they are aggressive. I love Coach Kinder's style of coaching here for the Cavemen. I mean, they're going to try to put you down by 8 right away, and Snyder, they showed last week it's not automatic hitting the PAT. They had to get Talamantes out of there and bring up the backup kicker.
So they will go for the 2-point conversion here. And hand up to the middle. Why not? Gooden in once again are the Cavemen. They're now up 8-zip early over the number 1 ranked team in Class 5A.
Wow, Tim, that was a clinic right there of just giving it to your big fullback and get it done. I mean, you're seeing the power of this offensive line. It seems like they're just getting stronger and stronger as this season's going on.
Yeah, you see the drive or the run by Gooden. I mean, he's just insane to try to bring down at the first tackle. No one has been able to do it thus far. And then, of course, caps it off with the 1-yard rushing touchdown right over here to the right side. I mean, look at the push. Just outstanding blocking by the Cavemen line. You got to give it up to them on their opening drive and chewed, 9, almost 10 minutes in this first quarter.
Well, Tim, and I'll tell you what, no one else really touched that ball outside of Chase Gooden. We saw the nice QB keeper by Brady Fisher.
Had the 1 or 2 pitches, one to the far side, one to the near side. But yeah, mostly good in there on that drive. What an absolute statement right here from Mishawaka.
And Gooden is not a starter on the defense, so he's going to get to rest over here for a while. Now, they like to do the same thing Northside likes to do here with this kickoff team. Oh, but they're going to onside it. That's not going to go 10 yards, but it bounces off the Snyder player and Cavemen ball. Holy cow. That was right in the arms of number 82, Trevor Jarvis. Bounced right off his chest. Tim, the way that ball was tailing, check this out right here. It was going to go out of bounds and not go 10 yards.
Yeah, no reason to come up and play that ball.
No.
Yeah, no reason at all to play that ball and mishandled it, and the Cavemen are in business. So coming into this game, it was the Cavemen cannot get down early. They're a running squad. They can't get down early. They score on their opening drive, take up almost their whole first quarter. Now an onside kick to get the ball back at the 50.
I haven't seen Snyder this flustered all season long, not even in the loss to Carroll, which happened in week 2, 28-21.
Right. And that's when, after that, Snyder had really kicked it into gear, running off a couple of shutouts. And this time, a little adjustment, and that's going to be a tackle and a loss by about 7 Panther players.
Great job there by Amarion Moore and Will Kelso, Tim. Getting to the ball carrier and getting the stop. You see right here, they're going to hit him in the backfield about 1-2 yards off the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what's got to happen here. You can't play these linemen man up. You're going to have to get and choose a side, Tim. Take half their body and work that edge.
That was number 7, William Kelso, the junior, breaking through in first point of contact. 2nd and 10. There's a no gain. Oh, wow. Woo! What a shake free inside the 35-yard line. Bounces out and tackled at the 25, and the late hit.
Yeah, that was Chaz Hardy getting it done in space. Rohrbacher going to be flagged for the late hit on the play. Hardy, the return man, averages 8.4 yards per carry. Boy, Tim, he's got some sauce out there. He really reminds you a little bit of Getz, doesn't he, from Columbia City?
Yeah, absolutely. Getz did it real nice in the passing and receiving. It really was a difference maker for Columbia City. You see it, though, right there with the strength and the shiftiness. Oh, that was an outstanding play from Hardy.
No doubt about it, Tim. See if we got enough time here to play the replay for the folks. But Hardy, once he got through that first level, he had some daylight, and that's how they're going to respond to Snyder cheating up close to the line of scrimmage. They're going to try to jumble it up and get their man out in space. And wow, Chaz Hardy showing off some athleticism and jets.
So that's going to be 2 minutes left in the quarter. And a personal foul on the late hit on Snyder. That's going to add another 15. That ball is going to be spotted at the 12-yard line, 1st and 10. So obviously Mishawaka can still get a first down at the 2-yard line.
Wow, Tim, we have not seen the Snyder offense, and we're almost done with the first quarter.
That's absolutely amazing. Luke Hoppert over there just twiddling his thumbs, waiting to get into this ball game to put his fingerprint on it. But the Cavemen are going to chew up some more clock here as this is going to go on the ground, no doubt about it.
Zion Green is back in the game here, and check out the box right there. They got their whole third level right at the same line as the linebackers.
What a fake. A little wizardry from Brady Fisher. Pulls it out of the gut of Gooden to take it inside the 5-yard line to about the 3.
Tim, he really does have it. Brady Fisher, see, one thing that kind of goes unnoticed is everything is flawless, from his handoffs to Gooden to Hardy, and then these fakes right here. He's special.
That is an outstanding play by a junior quarterback. 2nd goal. Oops, sorry, folks. And that one is in for 6. Another one for Mishawaka to go up by 14. Wow, what an absolute start here from the Cavemen.
No doubt about it, Tim. If you would have told me this was going to happen, I'd have told you you are crazy.
Right. 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Wow. Now let's see. Snyder obviously has to know they cannot go for this hard count as Larson sets up for the kick. There's a snap, beautiful snap in the hold, and the kick is up, and that is good. 15-0 to start it for Mishawaka. What an outstanding performance to start this ball game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, they're doing exactly what Coach Kinder said they want to do. They want to own the time of possession, and owned it. I mean, they've owned it. I mean, give me a break. There's 1:15 left to play. Snyder has not had the ball in their hands. This couldn't be played any better by Mishawaka and Coach Kinder's squad. And, you know, once again, you got to give your hat off to the senior offensive linemen.
Yes.
Garrett Ginter, Tanner Parmley, Dawson Nowacki, Chris Gronkowski, and Cole Schomburg. These guys are straight eating. You look at Schomburg, he goes 5'9", 180, working his tail off out there. Ginter goes 5'10", 215. I mean, these guys are all hard.
Yeah, it's outstanding performance thus far from Mishawaka, and the Mishawaka Cavemen faithful are absolutely living it up right down below us. You can hear them already with a little bit of celebration. And look, they're going to line up that kick once again as they lay that ball horizontal on the tee.
Yeah, and then the idea here, especially when they pull their whole kickoff team to that far hash and no one's out wide, they want to kick the ball to the left and try to pin that returner in. Juarez had a lot of success last week against Northside doing it.
Got to jump on that ball as it stays in bounds. That was weighted perfectly. To take a little soccer reference. But finally here, Snyder will get their first drive of the ball game, coming with under a minute. Wow, outstanding job. I can't get over it. The amount of just determination and motivation that Mishawaka has showed in this first quarter.
Yeah, no doubt. And look at what they did last week. Brady Fisher had 91 yards rushing. Chase Gooden just 53. So Chase was not too happy after that performance. And
making up for lost time.
No doubt about it, Tim.
So here we go. Snyder with their first play of this 5A regional. Hopper in the shotgun. 2 wide receiver, make a 3 wide receiver set. Puts a man in motion, and Billingsley going to hand against the grain near the 30-yard line. It's going to be a minimal gain, maybe 2. for the Panthers on 1st and 10. That was Langston Level.
Yeah, Langston, I'm telling you, they're just playing a little timid right now. Yeah. They're not playing Snyder football, and sometimes that happens with a longer road trip. It takes you a few plays to get kind of woke up, and this is the first time the offense has been out in the field.
Hoppert in the shotgun, trips far side, Level in the backfield. Hoppert look for the quick out, gets it out to Billingsley, makes the first one, miss, falls forward, but another minimal gain, about a 3-yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3, maybe 4 for the Panthers.
Yeah, and that's Kieran Billingsley, who enters today with 7 receptions for 66 yards, a long of 19. So they don't go to Kieran very often, but early on here they do.
Big 3rd down play just to keep this Mishawaka offense off the field, and your defense on the sideline. Level, good vision right there, and he'll get the first down marker and move it out to the 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Langston Level, first-team all-conference, absolute beast of a running back, has been ever since his middle school days at Blackhawk. 6'1", 197, averages 8.6 yards per carry with 12 touchdowns, has a long of 66 on the season.
So that is the end of the first quarter, believe it or not, and Snyder's only ran 3 plays through the first 12 minutes. We're going to step away here real quick at the end of the first. You're watching Indiana High School Football Class 5A Regional from SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as they quickly restarted here.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was not a full quarter break, as we haven't timed out every single ball game. But that will be a minimal loss on first down for Snyder. Will bring up second. Let's call it 11 for Coach Tippmann and the Panthers.
Tim, 131 yards rushing for Mishawaka in that first quarter, 81 for Gooden.
That's insane in the first quarter. Spread formation. Put a man in motion is Kedrell Billingsley. Little keeper. Hopper bounces it near side. Takes it inside the 50-yard line and tackled at the 45 near it. Hopper showing the wheels right there.
No doubt about it, Tim. Hopper, a star on the 4x100-meter relay team as well, just like his older brother, Michael Hopper. He has the athleticism. He has the wheels. Enters today with 153 yards rushing on the season with 3 touchdowns. Look at Hopper there in space. It's going to take an athlete to catch him.
Yeah, that was a beautiful bounce by Hopper once he saw the hole in that secondary. Now we'll be in the shotgun once again. Trips far side. Lone wide receiver to the near side is Lee. Looking for on the little out. And that'll be a gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards for Snyder. We'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that's a big tight end there. Lincoln Firks at 6'4", 225 pounds. Caught the game-winning touchdown last week. His 5th touchdown on the season. Firks has been outstanding for this squad. Was a leaper that got first-team all-conference tight end, but a lot of people think Firks could have been a first-teamer as well.
There's no question about that. He's an outstanding tight end, both blocking and receiving. Here's Hopper under center, I formation. Level, gets the pitch. Makes one miss, but right runs into the wall at that 40-yard line with a bunch of maroon players. And that'll be a gain of 1. They'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Panthers.
Yeah, with Al Capone Veazey in the game, he picked up the lead blocker. But I'll tell you what, man, the 2 backside linebackers were able to pursue, and those offensive linemen got to get out there and shield and make that wall.
Going with that same I formation. 3rd and 5. It's a long 5. Hoppert looking to throw.
Oh, no.
Ooh, jumped the route on that far side. I believe it was that number 9. That was number 3 jumping the route, and Trey Thomas, the junior, nearly comes up with that pick.
Yeah, Kamari Juarez played defense right there, and thank goodness that he did. It looked like Thomas was going to take it pick 6, and Juarez got his hands out there, ripped him back, totally disrupted that play.
Yeah, that would have been maybe a pick 6. And wow, how about momentum there?
Yeah, it did look like a face mask.
Here we go. Into punt. There's Talamentes. Nose of the football down. Side kick, and they keep it in. That's going to be downed.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful job. As that ball be down inside the 1-yard line. Beautiful kick from Talamentes.
Yeah, Jason Pierre-Louis got back there. They were screaming from the front row that his feet were in the end zone when he touched that ball. Looked pretty close, but Talamontes, I feel like he mishit it a little bit, but sure enough, downed at the 1. Talamontes has been a great punter throughout his career here for the Panthers. That's his 6th punt inside the 20 on the season.
That's a wonderful stat. But, yeah, they marked that inside the 1, Jeff. So just physics-wise, you'd have to be standing in the end zone to be able to down it right outside the goal line.
With his back towards the end zone, you're right, Tim.
But Snyder will absolutely take it. Maybe this is the break they need to get some momentum going after going out on their first drive. Under center. Here's Gooden. Can he bounce it out wide? Oh, maybe got away with the hold on the edge. Well, that'll be tackled near the 10-yard line, and a nice first down pickup for Mishawaka.
Yeah, and I knew Brandon Logan was going to be a key factor in this game, but I didn't expect for him to have to make almost every single tackle. Oh, wow, 13-0. Kokomo's on top in the second quarter at Columbia City.
And Columbia City, what an environment was last week in the sectional final against their rival and conference player in the Northeast State and the Leo Lions. What an outstanding game that was. But Kokomo right now giving it to him, as is Mishawaka to Snyder right here. 2nd down and short. Out over the first down marker. They'll move the chains easily on 2 straight plays for Mishawaka. As Moore with the tackle.
Yeah, Marion crashing down to make that one. But once again, this offensive line is putting on a clinic with how to block.
Yeah, it has been hat on hat, and they have had huge holes for Gooden and Snyder to run through, or excuse me, Fisher to run through. Here he is under center once again. 1 wide receiver. That man in motion is Hardy. And that will be Fisher to follow Hardy right through the hole. That's the 2nd time, maybe 3rd. And a beautiful play as 8 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and a nice tackle there by Overholzer, but
it's too deep.
Again, it's 10 yards down the field, so.
As you take a look at it here in our Traction Athletic Performance replay, Gooden's going to step out to take a break. But look at Fisher just follow Hardy right into that hole off the motion.
Yeah, and when you fake that handoff there to Chase Gooden, he demands so much respect now for what he did on the first 2 drives that everybody's crashing to him. That was a huge hold for Fisher.
Yeah, absolutely. Mishawaka is ultra confident right now, as I'm sure as their play callers try to spin out of one right there. Fisher's going to be tackled just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 28, and they'll move the chains once again.
My goodness.
Manhandling right now is Mishawaka, Jeff.
Yeah, and Brady Fisher, once again, we talked about it in the first quarter, but everything is just flawless. He is perfection. He's just perfection with his handoffs, and everything is so clean that this offense is moving like a well-oiled machine.
1st and 10 for Mishawaka. And right up the middle. No, they're going to pitch it out near side. Can they track him down? Here comes Logan. Great block by Hardy. He turned around and a beautiful block that sprung at another 3-4 yards.
Yeah, Overholzer was able to get to the ball carrier, but after a gain of about 7 yards, be an 8-yard gain.
2nd and 2 as you take a look at it, Jeff. Watch Hardy here on the edge. Turn. and beautiful block.
And once again, they've set this up with just grinding it in between the tackles.
Right.
There's a mess of people there in the middle of the field that once they were able to get that pitch out to number 7, Bean Smith, who goes 6'1", 180 pounds, that's an easy 8-yard gain.
It's got to be all top 10 or Northwest Indiana namer. It's a little dive there to the 40-yard line for the first down. That is number 30 for Mishawaka with her first carry, the sophomore Novell Miller.
Yeah, you're right about that, Tim. Bean Smith, that's about as good as Money Woods that we had over at Snyder a few years ago. But Smith's a real player, averaging 9.1 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns on the year. He also has a touchdown receiving.
So it looks like Amarion Moore is down injured. That's not a good sign for Snyder. Let's step away real quick here, Jeff. SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1st and 10 for Mishawaka. Fisher, he's going to keep it. Fouls Hardy in the hole. Tackled by a couple of Panthers. Nice job that time by number 44, Landon Fry, the sophomore, to grab him from behind, and couldn't go a little bit more after that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Fisher doing a good job with his body, getting every single inch. A gain of 4, and you figure that's a good play by Snyder, and it's still a 4-yard gain. Yeah, they got Lucas Fisher in there now. Amarion Moore is out. So once again, you got Maxwell Malone, number 41, and now Adam Blakely's back in. Blakely's just a sophomore at the left defensive end position.
Fisher hands once again to Miller, and Miller will move it over the 50-yard line and move the chains once again. But I'm telling you, the push at the snap has been the difference maker here in this first half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Novell Miller, 777 yards rushing on the season. That's actually best for Mishawaka, but he's got 6 fumbles, and you can tell Coach Kinder was not too happy with that.
Yeah, you see him covering up with 2 hands at the point of getting the handoff as we have 5 minutes left to go in this second quarter. Fisher back under center, has been throughout. Miller, no, he's going to keep it.
Wow.
Fisher inside the 30, the 20, near the 10, and is tackled inside the 10-yard line. Once again, a beautiful read and run from the junior signal caller, Brady Fisher.
Yeah, Levi Overholzen did well just to track him down, but once again, you have to pay so much attention to these fullbacks. First it was Chase Gooden, then it was Miller, and look at Fisher. He's so good at just weaving his way through all that mess. Timmy's a magician with the ball in his hand. Kind of reminds you of what we saw from Jackson Barber last year at Leo High School. Very deceptive, and at 6'3", you would think he wouldn't be that hard to find, but man, he's been good.
6'3", 190-pound junior running the show here for Mishawaka, and we got a whistle. Maybe the first mistake here for Mishawaka. Let's see what the call is. Flag thrown on the far sideline, and the white hat will peek at us. Yeah, it will be a false start on Mishawaka. So that'll bring up 1st and goal from the 15 now for the Cavemen.
Wow, Tim, who would have ever thunk it?
No one in this press box, and I don't care what the Mishawaka fans say. No one expected this. So they look to the sideline, to the Cavemen squad. Fisher calls it out. That's Miller in the backfield. Fisher under center. Hardy's going to fake the motion. They're going to hand it to Miller that time. Snyder not fooled. Yeah. That's a big first down play by the Snyder D.
Yeah, good job by Navion Warren stepping up large on that one. And, Tim, I'm getting blown up here on my phone. In high school football, you can't have feet in the end zone when you down it at the 1 yard line.
And there you have it right there. Thank you.
And going back to Navion Warren, he's been outstanding. Enters today, had that tackle for a loss last week. A senior, wears number 99. And he's come in and been huge next to Will Kelso.
Yeah, Kelso's played well. Has had big moments along with Moore. But Fisher now under center, 2nd and goal from the, 14-yard line.
And, Tim, I just want to give a big shout-out to my boy Thomas Schutte out of New Haven. Played football with him over at New Haven High School. Jeremy Goldie was also a New Haven grad that played with me at Defiance. But thanks, Big Schutte. I see you, fella.
So they do take a timeout. Does Mishawaka to talk about it. And Kokomo, an update there of Kokomo 13-0.
Wow.
Up over Columbia City, and looks like they just fumbled again. That's their 4th turnover in the first half, Jeff.
Oh, no, you hate to see it, Tim. You hate to see it, but the game is not over. That's a resilient group of kids over there at Columbia City. They were down in the 4th quarter against Norwell and won. They were down in the 4th quarter against Wayne, came back and won. Matter of fact, at Wayne, they were able to drive 80 yards just running the ball with 1 minute and 26 seconds left. So, and then to come back in the 4th quarter last week against Leo, tie it up, going to overtime, and get the dub. That's pretty special.
Yeah, it seems like a team of destiny there for a while, but the Kokomo Wildcats and their option game is going to have a lot to say in that there tonight in Whitley County. So 2nd and goal. Fisher keeps it. Oh, my goodness. Come on. How about this junior? Brady Fisher takes it in from 6, from about 14 yards out. Mishawaka rolling.
Brady Fisher just looking like an absolute pro out there, Tim.
Yeah.
Goes hard to the right, cuts back against the grain. Once you get those defenders turned around and you jolt it back to the left, look, he just walks into the end zone for 6. Boop. There you go, Brady Fisher. You're having yourself a night. He's making a name for himself here against the Fort Wayne Snyder Panthers. Unbelievable.
And what a start to this 5A regional by the number 7th ranked team in Class 5A, the Mishawaka Cavemen. And now Coach Tippmann is asking for some kind of explanation on that far sidelines, having to talk with the side judge. And not sure what that was all about. But we'll get back to it. 21-0, Snyder down here to Mishawaka.
Tim, and you know how it is being the younger brother. You look up to the older brother and you want to be better than him. When your older brother is a scholarship player over there at Notre Dame,
right.
you're Brady Fisher. Holy cow, sky is the limit.
You've seen it here tonight with not only his skill level to be able to break away from some of the defense, but the high IQ and the readability of his play call has been tremendous for Fisher.
Yeah, it looks like Larson's going to line up for the PAT with the ball at the 12-yard line.
So that was unsportsmanlike, Jeff, after that touchdown. That is Fisher as the holder. As they're moving around this line, jumping it back and forth. For the PAT is Larson. Fisher, the hold. The kick, it's up, plenty of room.
Oh, just
did he
wide
tuck it
left.
in? That's going to be wide left. So Snyder will take over, put down 3 touchdowns here, 21-0.
Wow.
What an outstanding. I mean, if you're Mishawaka and Coach Kinder, you can't ask for anything better than what has just happened here tonight.
Yeah, and if you're Snyder, you know, It was kind of some mental errors there, especially on the kickoff, the onside kick that gave Mishawaka the ball back. So 2 offensive possessions right in a row. Now Snyder will get the ball to start the third quarter, and there's still 3 minutes and 13 seconds. But if you're the Panthers, you got to figure out a way to get the ball in Kamari Juarez's hands. Okay, I'd like to see him load the left side of the field, maybe trips left, put Juarez on the other side in a one-on-one situation. You know, if there's no safety over the top, go deep to Mr. Kamari Juarez.
Yeah, Juarez is a game breaker. They need something here, does Snyder, to get some positivity and momentum moving in the right direction. Update from Columbia City as Kokomo does take advantage of that turnover, the 4th of Columbia City, and Kokomo goes up 21-0.
Wow, looks like Bishop Lures is up 21-0 on Bluffton.
So really the only true surprise happening right here at Steel Stadium as the Cavemen handing it to Snyder. Fields it at the 6-yard line. Here comes Juarez. Can he break one? Inside the 30, goes back the opposite side. This is where they need a little jolt of life. Kamari Juarez, he's going to take this to the house on the kickoff. What a outstanding job.
Yeah, Kamari Juarez, his 3rd kickoff return for a touchdown on the season. His previous long was 90 yards. Tim, that was 94 yards for Kamari Juarez. You know what? When this team needs a spark of life, it's been Kamari Juarez. Time in and time out, cuts it up and to the outside, and he's gone. Nobody's going to catch Kamari Juarez.
What we were just talking about it at the interchange of possession, as Jeff brought that up, Juarez getting the ball into his hands and to open that drive. Well, Jeff, they didn't have to wait for the drive. He's going to take that, as you mentioned, 96 yards to the house.
And if you look at his lower body, Tim, he is so strong on the lower half. It takes a lot to bring him down. And now Talamontes looking for his first PAT in 2 weeks.
That is up, and did he get it in? He did. So 21-7 is our score. Let's take a look at it one more time and watch Kamari Juarez really weave through the traffic. It was really good blocking, but right at that last moment where he breaks it out around the 30-yard line, it looked like 2 Cavemen had him bracketed, and then he just explodes right there. Just takes it, and then the slip up, I don't think it mattered. He was going all the way.
No, and you love that. He saw a pocket, so he jumped in the pocket. Once you're in the pocket, you can find that seam. He found it, busted back outside. A lot of kickoff returners, they get scared going north and south, but going north and south is the best way to do it, to use the kickoff team's aggression against them. That's some Bruce Lee stuff, Tim.
Great job. You know a little bit of something about that. But what an answer. That's exactly what Snyder needed. Now, can they stop the Mishawaka offense is the issue.
Yeah. Lucas Rohrbacher and company. Look for Lucas and Zion Green to start stepping up for this defense. But on the other side of the ball now, you've got Novell Miller. He looks just as strong as Chase Gooden. So Mishawaka's in good shape.
Yeah, he has ran the ball well as Gooden has come over to the sideline on that last drive. Talamontes to kick it. The walk up. And absolutely blasts it. So we fielded at the 5-yard line by Hardy. Hardy had a lane near side, but goes down the center and is met by several Panthers. And right here, you cannot afford any of these late 15-yard penalties, as we've already seen that once or twice with Snyder.
Yeah, Tim, and like I said, you know, the seniors are going to have to step up for Snyder, and that time it was Zion Green. He said, enough is enough, and was able to stop number 9, Chaz Hardy, dead in his tracks.
Yeah, Hardy, a game breaker in his own right, was really corralled nicely by the Snyder kickoff squad. Now they will take over 1st and 10. Will Mishawaka on the 26, 27, they'll call it the 27-yard line.
And Snyder's taking Talamontes out of this game. They got Landon Fry there at that weak side linebacker position.
Man in motion. Fisher's going to keep it. But right there was Fry, number 44, to bring him down.
Yeah, Will Kelso also there for the Panthers. Good job of crashing down and was able to catch the bag.
Fry with a good play. And Snyder, but they have not been able to put several plays together, Jeff, defensively, as they're looking at 2nd and 7. 21-7 our score. Mishawaka with 21 straight. And Snyder with the answer by Juarez on that last kick return. Will Fisher. He'll go under center once again. 2nd and 7. Man in motion is going to hand Miller. Miller met by Fry with a textbook tackle. Woo!
Yeah, Landon Fry playing great instinctual linebacker right there. He's hitting the blocker at the point of contact. That time Brandon Logan was able to clean up the play, but that play was blown up by Landon Fry, just like you said, Tim.
Yeah, the white hat there was trying to stop the clock for a while there. I don't know if Snyder called the timeout right there. We didn't get the signal.
Looks like 1:51 on the clock, Tim, and that was a timeout by the Panthers.
So it's timeout by Snyder. As it's third, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about 5 for Mishawaka.
Tim, do you have that last play there? Landon Fry absolutely did a great job of blowing that one up. Let's take a look at the left outside linebacker here, Landon Fry. You see number 44 just outside the defensive tackle, reads, blows it up. Brandon Logan's able to finish. Now, Mishawaka had the numbers. They had 3-on-2 there, but Landon Fry was able to take 2 guys out.
Yep.
Logan is a short tackler, and that's what they were missing on those first drives. Looks like Coach Tippmann's found something in the sophomore, number 44, Fry.
Boom, right there. Took on 2 of them,
Yes,
the lead blocker and the running back.
And you can't play on your heels, not against this triple option.
3rd down and 5. Fisher keeps it. And he is not. It's close. That's really close. Let's see where they spot it. I think he may be a yard shy, Jeff.
Boy, is Brady Fisher just deceptively quick. He has got some quicks out there, Tim. And with that 6'3" frame, he can fall forward and pick up 3 yards.
Let's see if they want the chain gain to come out. I believe they do, and they're going to want to measure it, as that is right at the sticks.
It reminds me of a story that Matt Lindsay told last night, Tim, where Sherwood Haydock in a game against Bishop Lures when he was at Harding, Haydock runs out there and put his piece of paper in between the yardstick and the ball to make sure that it wasn't a first down. And they say, Sherwood, you can't be out here. You're gone.
Well, some gamesmanship right there.
Oh, my goodness.
Jeff, what do we got on the scoreboard time-wise?
1:54 left to play here in the second quarter.
1:54, so plenty of time. Let's see where that's going to be a first down.
Yes, sir.
First down for Mishawaka. They have converted several 3rd downs here in this first half. Add another one to the mix.
Yeah, and if you're Snyder, you're looking for another heavy body that maybe they can throw on that defensive line to really make it more stout. We've seen great play all year from Amarion Moore and Maxwell Malone. But they just need a little bit more beef. Could they bring in a Brandon Stuckey or somebody to help plug things up?
They're going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime, no doubt about it. But first things first is you cannot let Mishawaka march down this field and score again. I don't care if you get the ball in the second half first or not. Momentum-wise going into the break, this is huge on this drive. Hardy in motion. Hands to Miller. No, Fisher keeps it. Wow. Wow. That play action is tremendous. It's Steve DeBerg-esque with some Lamar Jackson wheels.
Now, I'm telling you what, Tim, I thought once again, I was like, Will Kelso with another great play right there, but then Fisher comes out with the ball. I mean, this is 100% just like Leo last year where you don't know who has the ball.
Let's take a look at our Traction Athletic Performance replay again. Look at Fisher. I mean, he pulls it out of there at the very last second each and every time. I mean, the play action running back is being tackled most of the time before Fisher even past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's tough to recognize for the Snyder defense, and that's why with the triple option, the assignment football, you know, man on a man, and you got to have somebody manned up there on Fisher, but Fisher does such a good job of just weaving his way through. He's slick. He can get skinny in the hole, fall forward. He can pick up 4 yards without even really running.
Yeah, it's been an impressive first half. And they're going to measure it again, so official timeout down on the field. And then here comes a chain gain once again. Shout out to our guy, Ryan Dellinger. Who knows where he's watching? Maybe from Florida, or who knows where he's at nowadays.
Ryan's at home today. I know he was doing some yard work this week. He was actually in Dallas, Texas, for the
Army-Navy game, yeah.
Yeah, so son Simon playing offensive tackle. Ryan had 3 great Snyder Panthers here, starting with Addison Dellinger, the tight end, Simon Dellinger, the tight end, then Zenden, who Zenden got a full ride scholarship to IU as a left tackle.
What an outstanding family. And one of our broadcasters as well gives us outstanding volleyball coverage.
The best.
In the fall. He's at a gym almost nightly here in the 260.
No doubt.
Here's Fisher back under center. He's going to keep it. And he will get the first down. They'll stop the clock while they move the chain.
Yeah, and you saw Zion Green was able to get back there.
45 seconds left to go in this second quarter.
Zion was able to get back there, but Fisher is just so wiggly with his 6'3" frame. You really can't hit him cleanly. He's so good in the pocket, and man, this kid's tough. He's just not scared.
1st and 10 for the Cavemen. 21-7 is the score. Of course, Mishawaka won the coin toss, and they they took the ball in the first half, so Snyder will get it in the third. Little reverse-ish. Hardy. Oh, beautiful tackle. Out alone right there was number 41 in Maxwell Malone.
Yeah, great job by Maxwell Malone. He really stood out last week against Northside. Great job of holding on, and you know what? That's going to do it for Mishawaka in this first half. 21-7 lead. Snyder's offense, they've kept them off the board. I'd say Coach Kinder's pretty happy, Tim.
Yeah, I think everything that he's dialed up has worked here tonight. There's no doubt about it. You take away that one kickoff return from Juarez, and it was an absolutely dominating performance from Mishawaka. But we'll go into the break right now. We'll take one with them, come back right here live at Summit City Sports.
Wow, Lafayette Jeff up 13-7. Whew. Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. And I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Jim Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for.
So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going, and so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here.
Our football team haven't won a sectional title in 32 years.
There's no team better than us, and we just do our job.
Nobody really want to lose no more.
All you want is greatness. You want me 1, 2, 3?
This is the game that's been on my calendar all year.
We gonna need fan discipline.
We a whole different Northside team.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Toolshed, strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This broadcast brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. And, of course, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified of all of our live events as they happen. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfectant services throughout Northeast Indiana. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you? Whether it's expunging your criminal record or getting your driver's license reinstated, Jolly Law Firm is your answer. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business, a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. At Automotive Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit AutomotiveContracting.com. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Kelly Automotive, celebrating their 70th year in business. Follow all 14 of their brands at DriveKelly.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at the Big Eyed Fish. So the halftime break here as Hunter Sosenheimer on the camera. Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. Jeff Mahoney joining us in the booth. Jeff, 21-7. Mishawaka getting out in that 21-zip lead. Then came Kamari Juarez to give him a little bit of life. And then the stop to end that second quarter, and Snyder will get the ball to start the third.
Yeah, if you're Snyder, I mean, not all's lost. You're only down by 14. You'd feel like you'd be down by 35 at this point. I mean, 14 first downs for Mishawaka to just 2 for Snyder. That's unbelievable. Wow. You're looking at Gooden. He's got 18 carries for 93 yards. Majority of those were on the first 2 possessions. Right. Brady Fisher has been beautiful out there from the quarterback position. He's got 11 carries for 105 yards.
Let's look at his touchdown, Jeff, on that run. Well, the run that really broke it out in their third drive on their third score.
Yeah, took him down to the 6. Isn't that right, Tim?
Yeah, watch his vision and then the bounce and then the speed right there. Luckily, had the angle.
I mean, Tim, can you run that back one more time? Snyder had 3 defenders sitting right there at the third level, and Fisher just broke it out, and you want to see those guys just crash right there. Once he gets into that open area, I mean, he's got those long strides. That's kind of where I was saying he's deceptively fast, deceptively quick.
Yeah, what a run that was, and he's been a real wizard with the read and the late pullouts of those play action. You don't want to call it play action, but the read option that he's done. He's done maybe one miscue. Other than that, he's been perfect on his reads.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And then looking at Novell Miller, he's their second string fullback for Coach Kinder. 4 carries for 15 yards. Snyder, Langston Level, has 4 carries for just 8 yards. Hopper has the 1 for 16. I think you just tweeted that one out, but that was a beautiful play by Hopper getting to the outside. But my goodness, Hopper passing the ball is 2 for 3 with a completion to Lincoln Ferks and a completion to Keydrell Billingsley.
Here is that run, Jeff.
Yeah, look at Hopper right there. I mean, he's an extreme athlete. That cut right there to the outside to get out of that mess was a thing of beauty. But honestly, Snyder just hasn't been able to showcase their offense, and a lot of that has to do with that onside kick.
Yeah.
And that was just kind of one of those, I don't know, just it wasn't the right play to make, okay? The ball was tailing off to the left. It was no longer going forward.
Right. And
one of the up men on that front line of the kickoff return team jumps in front of it. Oh, you're going to show the Kamari Juarez. Jumps in front of it, goes right off of his chest, bounce, and that gave Mishawaka an opportunity to pick up that ball right there. But, yeah, Kamari Juarez, we were asking for it. Kamari, we need that spark. Help us get back in the game. And that's exactly what he does here. Starts outside, finds that pocket, jumps in the pocket, lets those guys collapse, and then kicks it back outside. Man, that is some teaching tape right there for all you young kickoff return men.
Yeah, it's a good answer from Snyder, being down 21-0. They will get the ball to start this third quarter, Jeff. So there, I'm sure Coach Tittman and staff are saying, hey, we couldn't have played any worse than we played in that first half.
Exactly.
We're only down 2 touchdowns. We get the ball, we go score to start this third quarter. The game's ours.
Yeah, and you got some things to really build off of. Landon Fry was attacking that line of scrimmage, taking on the blockers. Brandon Logan played a nice first half there. You hate to see your safety making that many tackles. Once again, I don't know what Snyder can do to slow up this offensive line at the line of scrimmage. They're getting 2-3 yards downfield. It's making it real easy for these runners, especially Brady Fisher. But it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Tittman and, they got a veteran staff.
Right.
They can make changes. They were down last week in the game against Northside, so this is not a team that's going to be scared in this moment.
No.
Kind of pee down your leg type of thing. That's not the Panthers. They got 2 state championships under their belt. One was under Coach Tittman in 2015. 28 sectional championships. That's more than anybody else in the fort. So it's going to be a fun second half, Tim. I'm excited for it. And I definitely don't think the Panthers are down and out this one. They will receive the ball to start the third.
They will get the ball to start the third quarter in the second half. Columbia City did get on the board against Kokomo there towards the end of the second quarter as they do pull in 28-7, do the Eagles. You see Lures absolutely rolling against Eastside, or against Belmont. Bluffton, thank you. Hello. And then Adams Central obviously rolling as well against Carroll Flora.
Yeah, but you know what? For Bluffton to pick up that sectional championship, beating Eastbrook. Eastbrook's a storied program. Man, a lot of these teams, you look at them that have success year in, year out, are playing that kind of triple option style offense. So there's something to it. I think it's a lot easier to coach and to kind of, teach from the lower levels all the way on up.
Yeah.
But, it's going to be interesting to see what Snyder can come out with his opening drive, because it can't be 3 and out. Al Capone, VZ, Langston Level, you have to spread this defense out. That's where Concord had the most of its success last week, was with, if you can get that jack linebacker, which is Isaac Valdez. He was honorable mention last year, a senior at 5'9", 180. You can get those kind of guys out of the box. I don't know if you can really have VZ in the game.
Right.
Maybe you just have the trips to one side, Juarez to the other side, and then just kind of read it. See if Juarez is manned up or if they got a safety over. If the box is pretty clear to your liking, then let Level do his thing.
Yeah, that's a good adjustment that can be made here, but we'll see what's going to happen. 24 minutes of regulation time to decide who's going to win this Class 5A regional. It's all right in front of the Snyder Panthers and Mishawaka. We'll take a short one here to get set for the third quarter at SummitCitySports.com.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Tool Shed. Strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com, as we're going to go ahead and take that brick board off, because you know what it is. It is quarter number 3, half number 2, Class 5A regional final. The winner will move on to semi-state next week, which I am sure is on the forefront of these kids' mind. You got to think about nothing but this 24 minutes of game action, because your season could end right here.
Yeah, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Maryville and Valparaiso. Maryville with some highly touted players in Marshall, the wide receiver, and Roche. So Valpo's handed or knocked these guys, Mishawaka, out of the playoffs, not last year but the previous 2 years after winning sectionals. So, and look at Snyder. They're coming up. They're looking for the onside kick here from Larson.
He does put that ball horizontal, laid on the tee again, and they will squib it near this near side. Picked up by Logan. Logan, he can move. Too hesitant right there. Yeah. He saw the hole but didn't trust himself. Not a lot of kickoff returns as a sophomore.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Tim. He did have a nice kickoff return against Northside in week number 1.
Yeah, that's a good call.
But Brandon Logan right there, he received that ball. He was looking to pitch it back. And in that situation, man, just get upfield. Yep. They're squibbing it there with that ball laid horizontal. So they totally respect Kamari Juarez. So if you're Brandon Logan, take what they give you. Look, that was a short return, and they're already at the 36-yard line. Yep. If you react right away, maybe get that thing to the 45.
1st and 10. Hoppert in the pistol. That's Uriah Buchanan in the backfield. Hoppert's going to waggle. Threw it out near side, or far side, spun out of that, did Billingsley. And the ball came out, but Snyder there to recover. That could have been disastrous.
Yeah, great job by Kamari Juarez jumping on it. That's Kieron Billingsley with his second reception of the game. And I'm telling you what, Coach Tidman is quick to pull these guys out after putting the ball in the turf or missing a tackle. He's going to the bench, and he wants to find out who's going to step up in this regional championship game.
Hoppert back in the pistol. 2 wide receiver set. The hand changes, does Buchanan, gets near the 50-yard line, tackled at about the 49. Will pick up 3, maybe 4. We'll call it 3 yards. We'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, this Mishawaka defense is so fresh, Tim. Yeah. Hardly saw the field at all there in the first half, and they're just itching to get out there. They strung that play out, had about 5 helmets to the ball,
which are pretty obvious to see with the white helmet against the black helmet. 2nd and, we got a stoppage here. Got a little laundry down on the field here. We'll take it up. Jordan Lee, a little multitasking for the wide out. 2 wide receivers set. Hoppert is going to go back in the pistol. That's Uriah Buchanan in the backfield. You have Lee and Juarez, your 2 wideouts. 2nd and 6, we're going to call it. Hoppert, hands, no, play action. Hoppert has some space out wide. Hops over near that 45-yard line, about a yard shy. No, they're going to mark him right there near the chains. That may be a first down from Snyder. Let's see where they spot it.
And it looked like Ferks might have had a block there if he cut it out wide, but Hopper did the smart thing and just got the first down. So, oh, no, they're going to call it 3rd down and 1.
Oh, they already moved the chains on.
Okay, no, you're right.
Yeah, they moved it. The down marker just hadn't switched yet, Jeff. So here we go, 1st and 10. This is the most important drive of the Snyder offense in 2022. No question about it. Hoppert hands Buchanan. Buchanan makes the first one miss, falls forward for a gain of 3. We'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Wow, and Buchanan doing a good job right there, just squeaking through and picking up what he can. But, man, this is a grinded-out offense here for Snyder in the second half. And once again, not many people giving Mishawaka credit in this one, and they have stepped up large.
Absolutely love to see that, do you? Just as a competitive
No
level
doubt,
and a competitive, it's very impressive. You're a 25-point underdog that's been picked by the best stat guy in the world, and John Harrell, as Hopper goes down the seam. Oh, that's a lot of grabbing. Yeah, that's a good call. That was 3 or 4 pass interferences on one play, but obviously the Cavemen fans not liking that call.
And that was Jack Langus. That ball was intended for number 88, 6'3", 185-pound junior, and the defender was draped all over him. And, you see a play like that, and you wonder how many plays did not go called in this one. And you know what? Holding's all part of the game. You just can't get caught.
Yeah, that's a good call by the officiating crew. No issue with that, and I'm not being a homer on that. If you know me, I am not. But that was a good call. That's going to move the chains on the penalty and the pass interference. Or was it a hold call? A big penalty. Either way, first and 10, ball spotted at the 26-yard line. Hopper in the pistol, 2 wide receiver set. Again, Uriah Buchanan will dot on that. He'll turn, he'll hand. Buchanan, no, Hopper kept it. A little wizardry. Beautiful again by Hopper, taking a little page from Fisher that time, and a nice read and pull out.
Yeah, great job there by Hopper, taking a page out of Fisher's playbook right there. He's got the athleticism. We've seen this all year from him. To be able to pull it out on that RPO. And Hopper, great job on the read option.
Yeah, he had the whole defense fooled on that, just ran out of room on that far side, on the short side of the field. Hopper again. This time he will hand to Buchanan. Buchanan, nice burst of speed, will take it inside the 15-yard line. And a late hit, a little pull down in there. I don't mind the non-call, though. They were kind of tangled up, the both of them.
Yeah, that was Langus just battling with number 14, Caden Williams. Nothing wrong with that one, but I do love Uriah Buchanan right there. Just hits the hole hard. A gain of about, it was a first down pickup, but a gain of about 5 yards on the play.
10 minutes left in this third quarter. SummitCitySports.com. Tim Atkinson here. Calling the play-by-play. Jeff Mahoney, our owner, with a little color commentary here for you. The Snyder Caveman matchup. Play action. Hopper throws near side and just a little outside. That will bring up 2nd and 10.
But unbelievable, Tim. That's the third pass attempt to Keyron Billingsley. Yeah. Once again, Keyron came into this game with just 7 receptions on the season. Kamari Juarez, 41 receptions. Keydrell Billingsley, 19, and Jordan Lee, 14. But for some reason, he's feeling comfortable going to number 12, the junior.
Right. 2 wide receiver set. Hopper in the pistol. Buchanan a little offset. A little counter. Good blow up by the defensive line for Mishawaka. 2 or 3 players in there. That's going to be a no-gainer, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and it looks like that was led by big number 64, Dawson Nowecki, 6'3", 300 pounds for the Cavemen. No, that was number 54, not 64. That was Orozco. Orozco's only a sophomore.
What an absolute play. Right off the snap. He was right in the backfield, was Nowecki. So big 3rd down play, 3rd and 10. You may be looking at 4-down territory anyway. Hopper keeps it. Oh, weaving his way through. A little spin move takes him inside the 5-yard line. What a gutty performance here by number 2, their outstanding quarterback, and Luke Hopper.
Yeah, and that was a great job by Paul Hager, the offensive lineman, getting to that second level and
good call.
Making that wall there for Hopper on the fake jet sweep. And Keydrell Billingsley, deservedly so, got to pay a lot of attention to him. We see Hager out there. That was enough to get Hopper an extra 6 yards. Tim, looks like there's 8:56 remaining.
8:56, just under 9 minutes here left in this third quarter. Hopper in the shotgun, Buchanan on his right hip. Hopper's going to keep it, looking to throw in the end zone. Ooh, batted down right at the goal line by the linebacker. And that was dangerous. Oops, sorry, folks. Get out of that. Let's try to pull that replay for you. Watch how Hopper, he had a passing lane momentarily and then stuck up the big left paw. They dropped back. That was the play previous.
Yeah, it was a replay from the play before. There you go.
There it is. Well, let's jump out of that. Here we go. Second and goal from the 4-yard line. I formation. The pitch. Buchanan. Touchdown. Snyder. They're back in this ball game. Beautiful drive to start the third quarter by Luke Hopper and company.
Yeah, Uriah Buchanan really making it happen for the Panthers on that drive, and it starts with hitting the hole with that burst of speed that time. You see Buchanan, boom.
Ooh, yeah.
And ankle tackle's not happening for him as he rolls into the end zone. And boy, Tim, you called it, man. That's exactly what Snyder needed to do in this opening drive. March down the field, keep your defense off the field, and really breathe some life into this team. Now, Talamantes, who hit his first PAT, looking for number 2.
Talamantes to kick. That's number 82, Trevor Jarvis on the hold. Jarvis is the sophomore. Kick is up, and that is good. 21-14 our score. What a tremendous statement by Coach Tittman and the Snyder Panthers to get back into this ball game in Class 5A regional final.
Boy, and did you see number 26, Jackson Snyder, coming off the edge right there? Snyder, who's a great middle linebacker, just a sophomore, 6 foot 175. Woo-wee, that one was close.
Let's go back and look at the score once again.
Yeah, Uriah.
Oh, this is the bat down, Jeff, right there. That may have been suited there because there was a pair of Mishawaka players back there. That may have been tipped. If that was deflected a little higher, that could have been a dangerous play. But Snyder, didn't matter. They take care of it. And the very next play, Jeff, they take it in with Buchanan.
Yeah, Uriah got the lead block there by Veazey. He cuts it in, and boy, he's so quick. And once he started hitting that hole with a burst of speed, his momentum takes him forward. And you got to love it here. Now we got a ball game. Panthers down by 7. Can they get Mishawaka off the field? A 3-and-out right here would be absolutely huge for the Panthers.
Big time, but they have not been able to do it at all here in this ball game here at Steel Stadium. Talamantes to kick.
Chaz Hardy back deep along with number 6 for Mishawaka. That's Putz.
Big kick and fumbled it in the back of the end zone. And that's going to be an automatic touchback per IHSA rules. So they'll take it out to the 20 where Mishawaka will start with their first drive of the second half.
That was Brady Newsom falling on it. Newsom, a free safety here for the Cavemen. Once again, just a sophomore. Man, there might be 15 seniors starting for Mishawaka, but their sophomore class is loaded.
Well, everyone in the Northeast Indiana area knows, especially in the 260, the sophomore class and the majority of sports, especially the ones I cover, basketball, football, and soccer, the sophomore class is absolutely loaded with Division I talent all across the board in the city of Fort Wayne.
Yeah, but you can't sleep on those juniors.
I never would. Here's Gooden back into the ball game. He'll take it out to the 26-yard line. That's what he does. He just chews up 5-6 yards like it's nothing.
Yeah, and he didn't even run the ball in the second quarter, so he's fresh. But going back to those juniors, Mylan Graham ranked number 1 in the state, offered by Alabama. Bronte Johnson, Tete, ranked number 3 in the state. Oh, and don't forget about Braden Steely, who's just an absolute beast, with a offer from Western Michigan.
The Carroll Charger program. So Mishawaka starts their second play. Oh, great job. That was number 7, William Kelso again, along with Rohrbacher living in the backfield.
Yeah, that time Snyder had 4 helmets to the ball right there. Kelso sniffed that one out and ate it up. Check it out here on the Traction AP replay. Kelso from that left defensive tackle position. They cheat 3 guys to that side and just blow that play up, bringing the linebacker.
Oh, that was Talamantes. It was. Yep, 22 Talamantes, Jeff. Good play by the place kicker. It's just funny to say that. Anybody knows the Talamantes family, it is they're one tough family.
3rd and 6.
Uh-oh, that's a blown play. Fisher. That's Rohrbacher, tackles him there at the 25-yard line on a blown play, Jeff.
And that's that 3 and out that the Panthers needed. I don't think Mishawaka's going to go for it on 4th down and 6.
Not on their own 25-yard line, up by 7. You're the underdog here. We got, 7, 8 minutes left? 7 minutes left in this third quarter. Snyder, as well as Mishawaka, started in the first quarter. Now Snyder taking their turn in the third.
Shout out to Hunter Sosenheimer here, multitasking. Holy moly.
Hunter Sosenheimer, one of Fort Wayne's finest. And the punt.
Larson, that one goes straight
nowhere.
up in the air.
That went about 12 yards, Jeff. That's going to be down at the 40. Nope, that's going to be down at the 37-yard line where Snyder will take over 1st and 10. They are in business, folks.
Holy cow, yeah, Lucas Larson caught that one. There was no pressure. That thing just hit right off the top of his foot. It went straight up in the air. What was that, a punt of about 12 yards, Tim?
Yeah, it was snapped at the 25, and it ends up being down at the 37, so 12-yard net punt right there, Jeff.
Oh, my goodness. So for Mishawaka, as great as that first half was, it couldn't start off any worse here in the second half.
Yeah, momentum right now with the Panthers, and they're going to come out on their second drive of the third quarter. Here comes Hopper.
And they got the big boys in, Al Capone, Veazey, and Langston Level. I formation coming up here for Snyder.
Yeah, Al Capone, Veazey, the best fullback that I've seen, and obviously a top 10 namer in the Summit Athletic Conference. He gets the ball on that first carry and take it out for about a 2-yard gain. But that's a nice little mix-up just to let Mishawaka know that he's there.
Yeah, and the thing about Al Capone Veazey, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, folks. Last year, I think it was the 185-pound class, made it to the semifinals as a freshman.
Worldwide. He is tremendous, no doubt about it, is Al Capone Veazey. He's out of the game now, though. Langston Level in the backfield, a little offset to the right hip of Hopper. Hopper in the pistol, hands Level. Level has a lead block. Ran into his own man in Ferks. It doesn't matter. Level out, and he'll move the chains. Ball at the 25, maybe 24 for Snyder.
And that's the Langston Level that we love, Tim. Once he breaks free, he runs angry. Boy, I've never seen a more vicious runner than Langston Level. And you can see him riding his blockers right here. Runs into Ferks and just rubs right off him. Then look at him get angry. Look at him kick them knees up.
What a tremendous run by Level. Big shout out, my boy Mo Talamente is watching out there in Fort Wayne land. With a little hitch to Ferks. He turns it up the field inside the 10-yard, little spin move. Goes for the goal and touchdown. Snyder back in it. They pull within one. Ferks is a beast.
25-yard touchdown reception for Lincoln Ferks, the big tight end, showing off the athleticism there with a little pirouette in the open field. Outstanding. Check it out, Tim. You see Hopper out of the pocket, finds him on the hook pattern. Look at that little spin move by the big tight end. That's a thing of beauty.
Jeff, watch as Hopper takes just a half second to let that DB in the slot bounce over to the wide side. That left Ferks with that open lane and just too big to bring down.
Two wide receivers in the same spot of the field made the DB choose, and Hopper picks them apart.
Here's Talamentes for the PAT to tie it up. That's up and good. We're all tied up, folks. 21 straight for Mishawaka. Now 21 straight for Snyder. We got a ball game here, 21 all.
5:09 left to play in the third quarter, Tim. So Mishawaka eats up about 70% of the first quarter on their first touchdown. Here's Snyder with 7 minutes, picks up 2 touchdowns.
What an outstanding answer by the Summit Athletic Conference. One-loss squad. They did finish second in the conference between the Carroll Chargers, who went undefeated, who's locked up with Lafayette. Jeff will get you some updates here momentarily, but it is all about Steel Stadium right here in Mishawaka, Indiana, as the Snyder Panthers, the whole of 2-6-0 was fretting it all first half. Now I'm sure there's the excitement and a little love happening down there in the fort.
Yeah, look at Lucas Rohrbacher coming down here to the right side of his kickoff team, giving some instructions to guys like Max Malone, along with number 13, Jake Tittman. Also down there is number 23, Koligbati.
It is.
So we'll see what the Panthers got right here. But honestly, that's just Rohrbacher, a junior leader of this team, just getting these guys hyped, saying, go down there and eat, boys.
Here we go, the big boot from Talamentes, and then he's going to put that one in the end zone. Mishawaka will start 1st and 10 on the second drive of the second half on their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, Talamontes is a true weapon there from the kickoff position. As you know, a touchback, you'll take that if you're Coach Tittman. Every time you don't give the opportunity to the opposing squad to break it up and get some momentum in life, as we saw in the first half with Kamari Juarez breaking that 96-yard touchdown return. Let's see what Brady Fisher has under his belt for their second possession here of the second half. Had a tremendous first half and good in the carry. Falls forward for another gain, but a minimal this time with 5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Yeah, nice gain of 4. Zion Green was able to meet him there at the line of scrimmage. Looked like it's going to be more of a gain of about 2.5. But Green was able to meet him right away and rode him down the line of scrimmage. Gooden doing a great job of just falling forward. 2nd down and 8 for the Cavemen. Snyder defense. Out wide, Hardy makes a nice little cut towards that first down marker, and they're going to move the chains. He's been a difference maker in this ball game for Mishawaka. Yeah, and that was a great read by Fisher. I mean, they saw Talamontes and they saw Brandon Logan packing it up on the left side. Fisher, I'm not sure if he saw that and was able to audible, but they went the opposite way with it. Gave it to their speedster, number 9, Chaz Hardy. And look at the big play. Big option read once again from Fisher. Absolutely runs this offense beautifully. Does number 12 in maroon. So now you see Brandon Logan now more in the middle towards Rohrbacher. They go up the middle, and that's going to be a 1-yard gain from Gooden. And how about Talamontes? You can hear that hit up here, folks. Look at Nick Talamontes just shoot that gap right there. And boy, he got body on a body that time. He wasn't ankle tackling by no means. Check it out right here on this play on the Traction AP replay. I mean, he went absolutely nowhere. And if you've been watching this ball game, Gooden rarely goes nowhere. And Talamontes' dad, a state championship wrestler. You see, he won the leverage battle right there, did Talamontes. Family of wrestlers, no question. It's Hardy on the little jet turnaround. Rohrbacher got his hand on him, though, and didn't go anywhere after he did. Woo! How about Rohrbacher's strength? Yeah, Rohrbacher looked like he was wrestling a steer right there. Caught him and then just ripped him backwards. It is deer season. I know that only because of my Facebook feed. 3 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Big third down play here, Jeff. 3rd and 7 for the Cavemen. And in motion, that was Smith. Snyder with the 4-man front. 4 backers with the safeties cheated up. Good in, tries to bounce it out wide. How about the Snyder defense? That was Logan that came up first, that got around the legs, and then Rohrbacher came to clean it up, Jeff. Looked like Keydrell Billings was out there, too. Let's go to our Traction AP replay, because they'll tell you. Here on Summit City Sports, watch this play out wide. Keydrell furthest top of your screen. And, yeah, they just blew that up with the linebackers. Keydrell just finished it off. How about this stop? Mishawaka. 4th and 6. The ball on their own 35-yard line. Gutsy. This is really gutsy here. Are we going to see some kind of quarterback pass? 2 minutes. Fakes on the pitch. He didn't get it. Oh, what a stop here from the Snyder defense. Ben, don't break, folks. How about Snyder at it? And Lucas Rohrbacher has totally put this defense on his shoulders. He's out here, Tim. He's getting in every guy's face. he's jacking them up, and those guys are responding, and you'll love to see it.
What a gutsy call. I like the option. Fisher with a nice little shake, but the recovery defensively, and how about number 24? Jeff mentioned it. Rohrbacher was all over on that drive. So Snyder takes over. 1st and 10 from the Mishawaka 38-yard line. They can take the lead, folks. What do you know here? Snyder and Hoppert in the pistol. Level in the backfield. He's going to hand a level. Runs through one of his blockers, because it doesn't matter even if it's own teammate. He is going to run, as Jeff said, angry, folks.
Boy, he's high-stepping in that hole, Tim. He broke about 3 tackles right there, leaving the defenders on the ground. Langston Level, that's a great pickup right there. And you got to love having him running hard in the second half here. Check him out there in all that scrum, keeping his knees up, not letting people get around his ankle.
That was Paul Hager on the pull that opened it up. Hopper turns the level again. Good push on that left side of the line. Level's got the speed as well to break one inside the 10-yard line. Push out of bounds. Snyder moving it right now, folks.
And that's a locomotive in the open field right there. When Level gets some room to run and gets that full speed going, he is hard to bring down. Just ran out of real estate there as he is pushed out of bounds there. Tried to tightrope the sideline. But you see him busted out. He's so fast. Does a good job of picking up every single yard that he could. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 at about the 13, Tim.
Ball at the 13. They can get the first down marker at the 3. And looking at that replay, I think that was Jack Langus, the tight end on that far side, that really sprung that on the block. Tremendous stuff. Oh, the little bubble screen to Juarez. Juarez, a game breaker. How about a second score of the ball game? Give him 6. Kamari Juarez is an animal.
And the Panthers are on fire in this one, stepping up left and right. This is a great thing to see.
How about this 13-yard pitch and catch? Hoppert, a little bubble underneath screen to Juarez. You get 2 blockers outside. The defender turned his back to Firks, which is why it's not a block in the back. That's a good no call because Firks was engaged front to front. So Talamentes to put him up by a full 7 points. Jarvis with the hold. The snap. Kick is up, and it is good. Snyder with 28 straight points after they went down 21-0. How about Snyder? Absolutely feeling it, folks.
Yeah, and the Snyder faithful over there in the crowd, braving the elements here and loving what they're seeing. Their team down 21-7 at the half and have totally responded here in the third quarter, Tim. And it's not even over yet. 1 minute left to play in the third.
Great shot there from our cameraman, Hunter Sosenheimer. As you see the Snyder flags are rolling, the student section right there. How about the sweet, sweet shots here at SummitCitySports.com?
Hey, Tim, it wasn't that long ago Hunter was over there in the student section.
Yeah, just a couple of years ago. I've heard one of the best equipment managers ever to walk the sideline at Spooler Stadium.
Most definitely. I know he's got so much love for his Snyder squad.
And state champs got a ring. I do know that as well. I know that because he just turned around and made sure we remembered.
Yeah, one of the highest scoring games ever in the state tournament against New Pal. How about Isaac Stiebling and company getting it done?
Stiebling, what an outstanding high school football player as well.
Remember his sophomore year, he started at safety and then had to take over at QB?
Talk about a kid that will just do whatever it took for his squad to win. You're seeing it right now here with this entire Snyder squad as they are feeling themselves. Can it roll into the end? Oh, let it roll in. He's going to field it at the 1, though. And it's going to be tackled right there near the tip. Ball came out. And Snyder and the momentum, I think they got it here.
They got it, Tim.
Oh, Snyder takes it over on the fumble recovery. Oh, my goodness. Are you serious?
That's Dante Sanders who fell on it. They stripped that ball out. I'll tell you what, that's the second kickoff in this game that Chaz Hardy just kind of muffs down there by the goal line.
Yeah, just wasn't sure. You see it right there on our Traction AP replay. That would have rolled in. I understand the presence there and then just stripped out. I think he stripped and recovered it.
Sanders, what a play.
He did. That was Dante Sanders, number 29 on the strip and the recovery. Wow.
Dante Sanders, he is a senior here, a defensive back for the Panthers. And, boy, these upperclassmen are just stepping up, and they're saying this is not going to happen, not tonight.
That's what the number one Class 5A club, they're showing it to you here in this second half. 28-21. Hopper. Oh, good job by, I think that was number 18, Newsome, the sophomore. Or was that 16?
That was 16.
16, sorry, Isaac Valdez, who we haven't mentioned a lot here tonight, but he's their leading tackler.
Yeah, Valdez entering today, 68 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss and a forced fumble. The only returning all-conference player for the Cavemen, honorable mention last year, having a good game, but honestly didn't see the field that much in the first half.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Jeff, as they hand now to Buchanan. Buchanan is tangled up and will be dropped near the 10-yard line, maybe just shy of that 10. Got it back to the line of scrimmage, but 3rd and 10.
Oh, no, and you're right, Buchanan getting up a little bit slow here. I'm telling you, Buchanan's who really got it started for the Panthers on that opening drive. They're going to bring Langston Level back in. They also have DeJour Johnson that they can turn to. Johnson's a senior at 5'8", 150, but averages 8.8 yards per carry and has 4 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, there's just one guarantee thing every single year with the Snyder Panther program is that the running back stable is tremendous.
100%.
Oh, what a job by Luke Hoppert to let Juarez get on that post, and that's a score.
Eastern Michigan, Kamari Juarez, it's a match made in heaven.
Absolutely.
And he has done nothing but say, Eastern Michigan, you are so smart for giving me that offer. This year, Juarez has been awesome. And in this game, Tim, he's the one that started it off with that 96-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Look at him there on the slant, getting inside the DB. Hopper hits him in stride. Wow.
Snyder, 34 unanswered points. Let's see if they can make it 35 with Talamente's PAT. Trevor Jarvis on the hold. Low snap, good hold by Jarvis. And Talamentes puts it up and in. 14-point lead for the Panthers. As what are we, under a minute here? How much time we got left?
My goodness, they got that ball with them.
31 seconds left, Jeff.
13 seconds.
13. As Hunter's giving me hand signals backwards. Come on, bro. Come on.
The other backwards.
So 35-21. How about this? This is what champions are made of right here, Jeff. You go get down 21-0 on the road in Class 5A regionals. You didn't hang your head. You didn't sulk. You didn't pout. You came out and just made plays. And now look at you, up by 14 points as we're almost near the fourth quarter.
Yeah, here at Steel Stadium, I mean, a beautiful environment. My goodness, that walkway was just gorgeous coming in. They've done a great job here at Mishawaka. And Coach Keith Kinder, him and his squad just putting on a clinic there in the first half. But what a way to respond.
So Carroll.
That's Steely.
Down 20-14 against Lafayette. Jeff. That's in Class 6A. But wow, what a answer. You know, in our 10, 11 years of doing this, Jeff, here with SummitCitySports.com, when we got it started, I don't remember many games kind of going out like this. It was the first time for everything. You never know what you're going to see every Friday.
Oh, no, and another fumble. That time it was a number 11 from Mishawaka, Jack Troyer. But yeah, Tim, it almost reminds you of the Music City Miracle back in the NFL. Wasn't that Frake Wright?
Yep, that was tremendous.
And the Bills?
Yep. And the Titans and the Bills. Cavemen will now take over on their third drive of the second half. Lures did win. They'll move on to semi-state as they defeated Bluffton 35-7. So congratulations to the 2A Bishop Lures of the Summit Athletic Conference. They keep them moving.
Absolutely. Great job, Kyle.
So the Cavemen now down by 2 scores. That's what we've talked. Look at this. See, that's been the difference in the second half, is that Mishawaka has not been able to get through these arm tackles or that first point of contact.
Yeah, and Nick Talamontes, remember, he got benched there for Logan Fry, And Coach Tippmann looked at him in the eyes and said, I'm going to give you another chance, but you got to start making plays. And that's exactly what he's done in the second half here. Look at Talamontes right there. Get at the lower legs and just knock down the running back. Or excuse me, Fisher.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of our third quarter. Snyder with one of the best quarters you'll see at the high school level. They take the lead by 14, 35-21, SummitCitySports.com.
Sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mishawaka takes over second and 9. They head to Gooden, and once again breaks through. Does Talamentes. He's found something here, Jeff.
Yeah, no, he's just stepping up his game. You know, sometimes on those road trips it takes a quarter or two to wake up. Talamontes has been in the backfield, but now he's finishing, and that's exactly what they needed in the first quarter, was to slow this running game up in the backfield. You can't hit these guys 2, 3, 4 yards downfield and expect to slow down this powerful rushing attack. They're getting them in the backfield, which is what they needed to do. And Talamontes has been the MVP for the defense in the second half.
We'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Mishawaka. What do you think they're going to go for it now with them going for it on their last drive? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was Brady Fisher's first passing attempt of the game, and that's complete to Hardy. For Hardy, that's his 4th reception of the season, Tim.
That's just mind-boggling. You know, coming from Fort Wayne, the Summit Athletic Conference, we don't have any teams that run this kind of option, in the Summit Athletic Conference, which can play a part in maybe why Snyder had such a hard time adjusting to start this ball game.
Good call, Tim. I'd love to see Southside run this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, here's Gooden. Gooden will take it out over the 40, just shy of the 45. They'll mark him at the 43-yard line. We'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Cavemen.
And I love that with Mishawaka. They were not wasting any time right there. They got lined up, and they're going to keep this ball rolling right there. Gooden, great job of charging forward and picking up gain of about 6 yards.
2nd down for Coach Kinder and Mishawaka, and nothing happening there. Gooden nowhere to go because number 17's back in the game. He goes by Amarion Moore.
Yeah, Amarion Moore right there just made a great tackle from his defensive end position, snuffed that play out, and was able to wrestle him down. Amarion Moore actually had a great game last week against Northside, too, coming off that knee injury. And once again, that's just a senior stepping up and not wanting to go out here on a Friday night, November the 11th.
Snyder, I'm telling you what, I have not seen many kids answer the bell like they have here in this second half. Big one now. 3rd down and 5 for Mishawaka. The pitch out wide to Hardy. He's got space, and he's got a hole, and is tackled at the 50-yard line. Good play on 3rd down from Mishawaka.
Yeah, Hardy's really proven to be a good space player here for Mishawaka. And you can see they're going from the power run, but they're not just going to give it to Gooden over and over again. They're trying to vary it up a little bit now.
Two wide receiver set near side, lone wide receiver to the far side. Fisher under center with Gooden behind him. The quick out to Hardy. And was that a forward pass? Yeah, I think that's a good call, as Logan was right there to lay the wood as Hardy saw that and felt that hit coming.
Yeah, that's as close as it gets there, too.
Yeah.
And keep an eye out on Ethan Bryce on the bottom of your screen. Bryce is the one who caught that big 53-yarder a week ago at Concord but they got him in the game and now spread out. We haven't seen the wide receiver spread out too much in this game.
No, I think that was one of the first times that we've seen it through the first three, now into the fourth quarter. Same formation, check it, 2 wide receivers set. They're split out. That's good into the backfield behind Fisher. The flip out.
Wow.
That's going nowhere. Oh, Logan and Rohrbacher combined for the tackle and a loss.
Yeah, and that's playing right into the strength of the Snyder defense,
Agreed.
just flying out wide to the ball. That play just took a little bit too long to develop. That was number 7 from Mishawaka, Bean Smith. And, yeah, Fisher with a great read right there. But, honestly, you can't get out wide. You just got to get upfield in that situation.
And he had to toss it because he had more from behind, and Talamente's about to sandwich him.
Oh, yeah.
Great job defensively. Snyder is feeling it, looking to throw his Fisher. Tipped. Oh, he caught.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
How about the concentration right there from Smith?
Yeah, Levi was right there. Overholzer, the junior, I thought he was going to take it pick 6 to the house, but it went right through his hands, and a nice catch by Bean Smith getting upfield.
Yeah, and the Snyder D, they were talking to Levi about it. 7 minutes, make it 8 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. Regional final, regional championship on the line here at Steel Stadium.
Boy, for Overholzer, you know his eyes were as big as they've ever been.
And, I don't know if he got it. Where are they going to mark it? Forward progression is going to take him near the 40-yard line.
That's a good spot.
Yeah, I think he's right on right there. They may have to measure it.
Tim, I think that's a better spot than maybe what it could be. We'll have to check that again on the replay. They're placing the nose of the ball on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the White Hats taking a look. Let's go to our Traction AP replay. They will measure it and bring the chains out. It did look like he got to the 40-yard line to me live, Jeff, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, for progression.
Yeah, he got it right there.
Yeah, I think he got it even on the first push.
Yep.
But good job by this officiating crew. It's been a well-officiated game. Not a lot of penalties. Knock on wood, because we got some game time left. I've done the broadcaster jinx before. It's not happening here at Steel Stadium.
No, and they're going to pick this one up easily. You're right, Tim. He did have it on that first effort, and the second effort just confirmed it.
Good job by Mishawaka on that play call. As we got stuck in that replay here, back to the live action. So the ball will be spotted at the 40, 1st and 10 for Mishawaka.
Tell you what, Tim, our streaming software's been messing up a few times tonight.
It happens. There's a lot of pull in here in the press box. It's a little crowded here at Mishawaka at Steel Stadium, but outstanding hospitality as always when we come up here north.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for Mishawaka. 2 wide receivers set. Maybe a little early movement, but Fisher will take it and tackled at the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 34. You got to have a little pace, though, here. Does Mishawaka. Got to speed it up a little bit. Here as this fourth quarter winds down.
Yeah, and that's the greatness of Brady Fisher right there, Tim.
So
just finding that little seam, twisting forward, getting every single yard. And yeah, you're right, Tim. Dean Huppert, the athletic director here at Mishawaka, he is first class all the way.
Great job. Oh, a little hurdle, but no thank you, says Keith Drell. Billingsley will upend him, and it will be near that first down marker. He did get that first down, so they'll move the chains. Once again, does Mishawaka, putting together a really solid drive here, Jeff.
Yeah, and Bean Smith's been awesome on this drive, stepping up for the Cavemen. Hey, Tim, going back to athletic director Dean Huppert.
Yes.
You know, he's really embraced the multimedia, you know, the website, the stories, the highlights, all that stuff here for Mishawaka.
It's a game changer. The more you can get your school brand out there, the better, and the quote-unquote cool factor will come into your school. Next thing you know, sky's the limit. We've seen it in Fort Wayne as well with some outstanding brand development.
And he went from network TV to an athletic director.
Oh, no kidding. I didn't know that. That's a heck of a little sidestep in a career, but doing an outstanding job as this
he is.
Mishawaka sports program's tremendous. 6 minutes left to go in this ball game. 2nd and 7. Play action. Looks near side on the nice quick out. Tackled and inbounds. That was number 21 on the reception, David Troyer, the senior.
Yeah, David Troyer with his first reception enters today as the leading receiver on the team. 6 receptions, 111 yards, averaging 18.5 yards per reception. He's looking for his first touchdown of the year, Tim.
Here we go. 1st and 10, ball at the 17-yard line. Same formation, 2 wide receivers split out. Fisher hands back the opposite side to Smith. Smith breaks through, and he's going to take it in. He will. How about number 7, Andrew Smith, on the determination on the run. Pulls him within 11.
Bean Smith getting it done. 3 huge plays on that drive, Tim. That one right there just muscles it right up the gut as the Cavemen respond now. They're a PAT away from being down by 7.
Yeah, what an answer by Mishawaka on that drive. And Woody and Bean Smith doing it. And just straight effort to get into the end zone.
It looks like Carroll takes the lead at the end of the third, 21-20 over Lafayette Jet.
2-point conversion. I think they stopped them. Oh, wow. What a huge play to stop this 2-point conversion. So it'll stay an 8-point game. Now you're going to have one if you score again. Let's go to our Traction AP replay. If I can get it right. Out near side.
And I get it. You're going to go with your junior quarterback, Brady Smith, but a little gutsy. I guess Coach Kinder's been doing it all season long, and it's worked for him. And you know what? You had the defense on their heels, but that's just a great job by Snyder, just sucking it up and making a play when they needed to.
Yeah, it was a great job by that special teams for Snyder. But Mishawaka, they answered the bell when they needed to. Now down by 8. Plenty of time left. All 3 timeouts remaining as well.
Yeah, and Fisher showing you that he's no one-trick pony right there. Now with 4 receptions, he's 3 for 4 in this game, all of them on that drive.
Yeah, he's got a strong arm, a little side arm-ish, but definitely can throw the rock, no doubt about it.
You got to love watching him, though.
This is a big one here, Jeff, on this kickoff. Let's see what they choose to do. It's been on both sides, really. Quite the ordeal just trying to field these kickoffs.
Looks like that's Billingsley standing on the 30.
Smart play, and that's going to be illegal touching.
Yeah.
That's illegal touching on Mishawaka. I don't see a flag out, though, do you?
Man, is that a scary play, though. I mean, if you're Snyder, I get it on that first kickoff. Like, you want to just jump and smother it, because what if it does go the 10 yards? But, second time, I mean, that one was not going to go 10, and they wisely just stayed off of it.
Yeah, they obviously talked about that, no doubt about it, at halftime, as how they were going to corral these onside kicks, because they don't line up. You don't know which side it's going to go to for Mishawaka, and they've also kicked the squibs down 30 yards down the field as well, so they can go left, right on onside, and the squibs.
Yeah, they even pulled Juarez up to the second line on that one.
The Mishawaka team trying to get their fans in this ball game. The handoff, is that Billingsley?
That's Kieran Billingsley on the jet sweep.
Beautiful run near the first down marker. Is going to be a gain of 8 yards, 2nd and 2 for Hoppert and the Panthers.
Kieran Billingsley, who's also the backup quarterback for this squad. He's completed 8 of 10 passes on the season with a long of 43 and a touchdown.
5 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live from Steel Stadium. Jeff Mahoney joining me, Tim Atkinson, here in the booth. Hopper in the pistol. Turns, hands a level. Inside. He may take this to the house, folks. towards the pylon, and 6. Langston level with an outstanding run for the score.
Boy, and that's like a big Derrick Henry getting a load of steam going. You're not going to bring down Langston level when he's at full capacity, and he was right there.
Absolutely love that call, Jeff, as you look at our Traction AP replay.
Yeah, 40-yard run. Look at him get right through to the second level. Then he busts it out wide. When he's at full speed, Tim, in the open field, he is really fast for a big man.
There's no doubt about it. But how about that answer from Coach Tittman and his staff, along with his kids, to score it right back at the Cavemen to take back that lead. Now for the PAT from Talamentes. Jarvis with the hold. Good snap. Good hold. That one.
Oh, wide.
I think that's wide right.
Yeah, it's wide right.
That's wide right. So it will stay 41-27 right here live from SummitCitySports.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Tool Shed. Strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com, fourth quarter action.
Tim, who'd have thunk it?
Not me.
Down 21-0. We're screaming, Kamari Juarez, do something for us. He does. Returns a kickoff back 96 yards. And then Snyder completely just takes over this game in the second half.
I'm telling you, what a tale of two halves. You know, it's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it has really laid itself out here like that tonight in this Class 5A regional final.
Well, looking at Mishawaka in the first half, they put on an absolute clinic with their offensive line. You knew they were senior laden. You knew they had great offensive linemen like Tanner Parmley and Dawson Nowaki. And it was like, how's Snyder going to slow this down?
And that first quarter, it didn't look like they were ever going to be able to do that. But have slowly gained some traction. Ran into a wall right there.
Yeah.
Just near that 30-yard line, but a decent return. The best one for Mishawaka here in this ball game. They'll start over 1st and 10.
And Dante Sanders again for Snyder with a beautiful stop. He's the one that stripped the ball and recovered it on the kickoff in the third quarter. I mean, if Snyder's giving out stickers, give Dante Sanders a few for special teams, maybe special teams player of the week. I don't know. Juarez might have something to say for that.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. 96-yard touchdown return was pretty special. Not only the way he did it, but the momentum that it created for his Snyder club. Oh, good flip out to Smith and a nice tackle by number 11. And Levi Overholzer.
Yeah, Overholzer, he's really good at reading the offense. He played his keys right there. That was man coverage, and he was all over Bean Smith.
2nd and 7 for Mishawaka. Under center. Looking to pass. Oh, lost his footing. Great catch. How about the catch by number 21 once again, and David Troyer.
Yeah, Jason Pierre-Louis was all over that one. That's going to be a short gain. It'll bring up about 3rd and 2, Tim.
3rd and 2.
3:48 remaining.
Just under 4 minutes left in regulation. Under center once again.
Pitch to Bean Smith.
Outside the 40, tackled at the 41, 42-yard line. gain of 5 for Mishawaka.
Yeah, and Mishawaka's, letting you know right now when they need a go-to play, they're going to Bean Smith, number 7. Chaz Hardy has been outstanding for him, and obviously Brady Fisher has been putting on a show.
1st and 10. They hand back the other way. Oh, my goodness. He's been so good. Yeah. That's William Kelso,
Yeah,
Jeff.
and he's really stepped up his play in the second half. That time from behind has raked down the running back, and that's a tackle for a loss. Looks like a loss about 2 yards.
3 minutes remaining in this ball game. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live. Steel Stadium. Jeff Mahoney, Tim Atkinson here with Hunter Sosenheimer on the camera. 2nd and 12. They fake the pitch. They whip it out to Hardy. Oh, laying someone.
That's Keydrell Billingsley, buddy. Keydrell, one of the top cornerbacks in northern Indiana. A great playmaker with the field goal block and the PAT block. Probably the best in northern Indiana, but came up quickly with the big stick, Tim.
Big time pass breakup. Will bring up 3rd and 12 for the Cavemen. You could be looking at game here on these next 2 plays, Jeff. So let's see what the Cavemen choose to do, knowing 4 down territory pretty much. You're down by 14 points, and they're going to get a timeout.
And that's what's tough about these offenses in the postseason. You're going against teams that can light up a scoreboard real quick, especially a team like Snyder and the playmakers they have. I didn't know Lincoln Ferks was going to do what he did with his big touchdown in the third quarter. What was that, about a 27-yard reception where he's just spinning off tacklers in the open field? But it's tough when you're down. What's Mishawaka down right now by 15 points?
14
points. That's right. Missed PAT by Talamontes, but tough to come back when you're going to eat up so much clock running the ball. Brady Fisher has shown that he can throw it. Now, can they throw the ball downfield? He needs to be looking for number 10, Ethan Bryce.
They're going to have to. Update, Jeff, there from Columbia City. Kokomo does win over Columbia City 42-13. What an outstanding performance by Kokomo. Columbia City, they are a game squad with a ton of talent.
Yeah, great job by Coach Fox and the Eagles this year. Kokomo, Kokomo nearly knocked off Lafayette Jeff earlier this year, so great job. Kokomo opened up the season going to Leo and handing the Lions a big loss at their place. So tough task there for Columbia City. Kokomo just a little bit too much to handle today.
Near the sideline. Oh, good tip by Billingsley. Nicely done.
And that ball just thrown short, intended for number 3, Trey Thomas. I mean, Keydrell was all over it. It gave time for Overholzer to get over to the sideline as well. Not the best pass right there for Fisher.
So will be 4th and 12. Ball game on the line right here for the Cavemen.
My goodness, Tim.
What an answer. That's so impressive. The Snyder faithful has got to be so proud the way they've answered. That's picked. And who else? Number 11, Levi Overholzer picks himself up after the tip pass on the last possession, gets the pick, and could seal the game.
Yeah, Tim, he's done a great job all game long at being in the right spot, doing a good job of reading the quarterback's eyes. That time the pass intended for Chaz Hardy was just a little bit overthrown. Overholzer is right there on the spot. Good job by Levi.
Just playing center field right there. As a timeout called by Mishawaka, it looked like.
Yeah, Mishawaka's going to call the timeout here with 2:31 left to play. Just kind of game plan this one. And what he's saying is, okay, Snyder's going to run the ball here, right? They don't want to stop the clock.
Right.
We need to get a tackler there. We need to hold the guy up. We need to try to strip this ball out. Honestly, it's about the only thing we can do.
Look at the Snyder side over there. What a great travel coming up here. About an hour and 45 minutes northwest of Fort Wayne, Indiana, right here on the east side of South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah, Steel Stadium's old school, Tim. They got the huge away bleachers.
Oh, it's ginormous. It's an old school building with a very kind of new vibe around the outside of the stadium.
For sure. And those bleachers go from end zone to end zone, the back of the end zone to the back of the end zone.
That's so cool to see. They just do it right up here in Mishawaka, no doubt about it. So 1st and 10 for Hopper.
Victory.
And victory formation, the sweetest sound that the Snyder Panthers are going to see. Or here, for that matter. What a outstanding comeback by Snyder. You can't praise them anymore. Wow, what a ball game.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Tim. I mean, 21-0. Everybody was counting the Panthers for dead, and all they did was dominate the second half. Hats off to Kamari Juarez. He was the spark that they needed last week in that win against Northside, and he's the spark that ignited them in the second quarter. Snyder's offense was barely on the field in the second half.
Right.
Juarez had to get something done, and he got it done as on the kickoff return team.
Yards.
Yeah, and for Juarez, that is his 3rd kickoff return for a touchdown on the season. He also has a punt return for a touchdown on the season. Probably the most dynamic offensive weapon in the SAC this year.
Yeah, there's, anyone could argue it for sure, but you got to come proper with your stats if you're talking about Kamari Juarez and any competition. He has been tremendous. But what a game here, Jeff. What an absolute game. Now we'll see who they play. Maryville. Who was the other one?
There's Maryville and Valparaiso. Tim, I know you got some work to do there on the computer, so I will get on. Is it Score Link?
So another play here. So the celebration is starting across the way for the Snyder faithful, and what a more enjoyable ride home, as I'm sure a couple of restaurants around the area are going to get a nice little dose of the 260. Wow, what an absolute comeback by Snyder, as Hopper will pull it back and kneel it at victory formation as he's still holding it. I can't see the clock. What we got here?
That's game. Snyder's going to win it. Another regional championship coming off their 28th sectional title.
So congratulations to the Snyder Panthers. They win it 41-27 over the Mishawaka Cavemen to move on to semi-state. What a win and comeback by Coach Kurt Tittman and his Snyder Panthers, Jeff.
Yeah, huge job by Uriah Buchanan there in the third quarter, running the rock, getting the touchdown for the Panthers. And I'm looking it up here, regional championships for Snyder. The last one came in 2016. That was a 5A regional title. 17th regional title.
Wow. Tremendous. Just absolutely tremendous by the Snyder Panthers. Do have Valparaiso up by 1 over Maryville right there to decide. Snyder 50-50 chance. They could actually host a semi-state at Spooler Stadium. Wow. So, Jeff, there you have it. Any last-minute thoughts?
No, just gritty win here. And Coach Tittman said it earlier this year about Kamari Juarez. You know, he's really turned into senior form. He's an absolute leader for this team. Keydrell Billingsley as well. The seniors really stepped up, and guys like Lucas Rohrbacher stepped up, just kind of getting in the face of your teammates, letting them know, let's go, guys. Stop sleeping, stop messing around here, as they were doing in the first half. And Juarez, that kickoff return, Tim, that's how you do it. That's leading by example right there.
Yeah, congratulations. What an absolute win. Everybody had their throats in their guts after the first quarter.
No doubt about
watching
it,
the Cavemen absolutely destroy the Snyder defense to start the ball game, but Snyder does answer, and they move on to semi-state. So we're going to go ahead and sign off, and we'll get back hopefully next Friday. You don't know. The IHSA will have to decide on that depending on where the games are at and such. But, of course, you can join SummitCitySports.com for tons of high school basketball action throughout the winter. So until some more broadcasts for Hunter Sosenheimer, I am Tim Atkinson. Joining me, of course, was Jeff Mahoney. We'll see you next time at SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
Here. Here.
I belong here.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here.
Our football team haven't won a sectional title in 32 years.
There's no team better than us if we just do our job.
Nobody really want to lose no more.
All you want is greatness. You want me 1, 2, 3?
This is the game that's been on my calendar all year.
We don't need fan discipline.
We a whole different Northside team.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Tool Shed. Strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor